Services, the Mannix Allen Group, and by the Fry Dental Group. Your Marietta Tigers are preparing to take the field, so let's head live to the gridiron for Tigers football on local radio WMOA.
And welcome to Yerkesville, Ohio. Sean Jones along with Billy Parks here on local radio and on the Voice of the Tigers tonight at 0-3. Marietta comes in here on a beautiful Friday night to Claymont Stadium, looking to get off the schneid against a 2-1 Mustangs team that has a lot of confidence coming in to this beautiful Friday night. Glad you're with us here on local radio. And Billy, no moral victories, even though last week the Tigers did look pretty good against a very strong opponent at times in the game against Athens. Ultimately, they fall to 0-3, but coming in here tonight, what do you think are some of the keys to the Tigers finally putting win number one in Mike Kuffner's name?
Well, I tell you what, tonight I think it's going to be really coming from Coach Kuffner, even I think from the call-in show when you and Chris had him on, was putting together 4 quarters of football. He mentioned that in the call-in on Saturday morning, and I think that's really the case. Is they haven't been able to put down 4 quarters of really good football. It's been a couple here and there, and then they get behind.
Absolutely. And as we prepare for the anthem here, we're going to go to our first break. Pre-game continues here from Claymont Stadium on the Voice of the Tigers.
Tune in to every Marietta Tiger broadcast for the Fry Dental Group Big Drill Player of the Game. This longtime sponsorship puts the Fry Dental Group WMOA Big Drill t-shirt on a Tiger standout athlete. The Tiger Big Drill Player of the Game, made possible by Dr. Brett Fry, Dr. Amanda Boggs, and the staff at Fry Dental Group, with offices on Green Street in Marietta and 5th Street in Beverly. Go get 'em, Tigers, from the Fry Dental Group.
Hey everybody, it's Alexis White here, your financial friend from the Citizens Bank Company. Did you know that we have 4 convenient locations to serve you? We're in Belpre, Barlow, Marietta, and Beverly, but hey, if it suits you, check us out anytime at thecitizens.com, your virtual gateway to all things banking. We get it. Online and ATMs are cool, but have you ever experienced the joy of a warm welcome? Step into one of our branches and you'll see what we mean. First-class service on a first-name basis. The Citizens Bank Company, where banking feels personal because, well, it is.
Your health changes with every season of life. That's why Memorial Health System is here with primary care that grows with you. From everyday checkups to same or next day appointments, our providers don't just treat symptoms. They listen. They check in. They remember what matters to you. Primary care that goes beyond the appointment. That's expecting more. With more than 70 providers, 27 locations, and 40,000 already established patients, you are sure to find the perfect fit for you. Learn more at mhsystem.org/partner.
And welcome back. We are here on a beautiful night for football at Claymont Stadium in Yerkesville. Sean Jones here. I have Coach Buddy White of Claymont with me. And first of all, wonderful night for football. And it looks like a really nice start to your season. Some really good football. You enter 2-1 in a 7-6 defensive battle. That is old school football last week.
You know what's funny is that a lot of the older fans that were here, they loved it. That's the kind of football they love. The younger fans, they thought, man, why don't you throw the ball more and all that? No. But we did what we had to do to beat a very, very good team. And, our kids were excited, and they're starting to believe that they can do something special if they just come out here and they keep working. We had a good week of practice because, our coaches, we were like Attila the Hun this week. Because the game that we lost, we were drinking the Kool-Aid after beating Harrison Central, and we were not going to let that happen this week. So, now Marietta might just come out and beat us, but they're not going to beat us because we didn't put forth great effort.
And you've got an experienced lineup here. I think I counted 11 seniors, 11 juniors on that squad. These guys, this is a hungry team who I'm sure has some bruises from last year they want to exercise.
Well, yeah, last year I knew we were going to struggle because they had 3 seniors. They all started on offense. And, and I knew that we were going to be good. The key was I had to get them in the weight room during the off season, and they came. We were 35, 40 deep, 6 o'clock in the morning. Now you see the difference. We had a goal line stand against Fairless. It's 1st and goal from the 2. And our guys stood up to them and stuffed them. And I just went like this, and that's what it was. We were just so much stronger than they were. And, so I was very happy with our guys last week. I was very excited for them. But, we got to keep going. Do we want this to keep going? That's what I told the team the other day. I said, hey, we won 2 games this year. We doubled the amount of last year. You guys satisfied? And they said, no, coach. I'm like, all right, let's go back to work.
I tell you what, I am pumped up to broadcast the game. I'm not sure if you're a player, how you couldn't be with the enthusiasm you have, Coach Mike. Yeah. Thank you so much for spending a few minutes with us here in pregame. And real quick, what maybe might be a key to tonight's game for your Mustangs?
We got to play very physical. That's the main thing right there. And execute. Offensively, we're not executing like I want to yet. Defensively, our defense is flying around. We got our best athletes on defense. Matter of fact, I told the defense coordinator, before the season even started, you got your choice of anybody on this team for that defense. We're not saying, oh, he's a running back, we can't play. Nope, anybody on the team. Because I'm a big believer in the success that I've had in coaching has been because of a strong defense. And if our defense is bowling like I expect them to, and the offense, if we just get on track, I think it's only going to take 1 game to get on track, because we really haven't been executing the way I like for us to. We're 2-1, but it's mainly because of our defense. It's time for the offense to, handle their share of the load.
Oh, goodness, it is Coach Buddy White here with us. I tell you what, I feel like we should have started this pregame earlier. You're the kind of football guy I could just listen to all night. Thank you so much for a few moments, and best of luck tonight out there on the gridiron.
Okay, thank you.
1 or 2 or 10 things have changed since I got in the real estate business. Hi, this is Steve McCarthy of McCarthy Real Estate. Gone are the days when folks just stopped by 318 2nd Street in Marietta. Now you can find McCarthy Real Estate on Facebook with weekly featured listings or MariettaRealEstate.com. We have real phones and cell phones and GPS, although we know our way around. McCarthy Real Estate since 1953. You don't need good luck to find us, but you'll have it when you do.
Hey everybody, it's Alexis White here, your financial friend from the Citizens Bank Company. Did you know that we have 4 convenient locations to serve you? We're in Belpre, Barlow, Marietta, and Beverly, but hey, if it suits you, check us out anytime at thecitizens.com, your virtual gateway to all things banking. We get it. Online and ATMs are cool, but have you ever experienced the joy of a warm welcome? Step into one of our branches and you'll see what we mean. First-class service on a first-name basis. The Citizens Bank Company, where banking feels personal because, well, it is.
Hey, I'm an out-of-towner who likes to find good local pizza. Any suggestions?
Well, around these parts, you have to learn about the legend of the Smitty guy.
Smitty guy?
Yes, the story goes he roamed from town to town in search of the perfect pizza.
That's cool. I kind of want to be a Smitty girl. I'll have to save the world one Smitty pizza at a time.
Easy there, sister. I got you. You are officially a Smitty girl. You're in luck because the consistent taste of Smitty's pizza is in 5 locations: Marietta, Reno, Belpre, Lowell, and Barlow.
Smitty's Pizza. Have you had one lately?
And pregame once again from Mustangs Stadium here, and I am joined once again by the head coach of the Marietta Tigers, Coach Mike Kuffner, and Coach last week, just real briefly, a tough opponent, but a lot of folks, I think, really impressed about how your Tigers hung in there with one of the most powerful teams here in southeastern Ohio.
Yeah, our guys did a good job of battling back there. I wish we would have played a little bit better in the first half and not kind of dug ourselves a hole there. But, I think we're trending in the right direction. Obviously, I would like to have a couple plays here and there in the last 2 weeks back, but that's just not in the cards. So we just got to continue to push forward and see where we're at this week.
Yeah, absolutely. It really feels like we're right on the cusp and an opportunity here tonight with the Mustangs of Claymont on the road to Uricksville. What do you know about Claymont coming into this? They're 2-1 as we enter week 4.
Yeah, I think they're a solid football team. They return a lot of guys from last year. So if you came to the game at Don Drum last year, you're going to see a lot of the same guys out there, same numbers, same bodies. So I think they're pretty similar to us, size and speed wise. So it should be a pretty even matchup.
I know the injury front, Coach. What are we looking at? How are things shaping up for the guys in orange and black?
Not too bad. We did lose Lucas Miller, so Lucas Miller will be out this week. He suffered a concussion there Monday at practice, actually. And then our kicker, Kingston McMahon, is still going to be out with a pretty nasty sprained ankle from the Athens game. So those two injuries is kind of our, the first time we've kind of had multiple injuries, so we've got a couple guys stepping up in those positions, and we should be okay.
That is Coach Kuffner here of the Marietta Tigers, and we are moments away from kickoff here, and hey, we'll look for a repeat of last year's 28-13 win. Coach, thank you so much for a few minutes of your time.
Absolutely. I appreciate it, man.
We will be back with first half action after this on the Voice of the Tigers.
When we take a look at the statistics of tonight's game, a reminder that that's made possible by the Mannix Allen Group at Merrill, located at 294 Front Street in downtown Marietta. At Merrill, they understand the values and ideals of our community and can develop a customized financial strategy designed to help you pursue what's most important to you. Merrill Lynch, Pierce, Fenner & Smith Incorporated, registered broker-dealer, registered investment advisor, member SIPC, and a wholly owned subsidiary of Bank America Corporation. Go Tiger!
Your health changes with every season of life. That's why Memorial Health System is here with primary care that grows with you. From everyday checkups to same or next day appointments, our providers don't just treat symptoms. They listen. They check in. They remember what matters to you. Primary care that goes beyond the appointment. That's expecting more. With more than 70 providers, 27 locations, and 40,000 already established patients, you are sure to find the perfect fit for you. Learn more at mhsystem.org/partner.
The Fry Dental Group is a longtime sponsor of the Marietta High School Tiger Big Drill, player of the game. Not just a player, could be a play, could be a fan in the stands, could be a cheerleader, it could be you. Tune in to WMOA for every Tiger broadcast and listen close for the Marietta High School Tiger Fry Dental Group Big Drill, player of the game, brought to you by Dr. Brett Fry, Dr. Amanda Boggs, and the staff at Fry Dental Group.
And we're back at Claymont Stadium here in downtown Newarkville. And what a wonderful little complex they have here. I'm Sean Jones. I've got Billy Parks along with me, and we have Zach Weil here as well. Excuse me, Jack Weil. I think I was just thinking about the Aussie I was listening to on the way in, and his guitar player, Zach Weil. Hey, it's a good reference and something I wouldn't mind being called, but that's not why we're here. Jack will be doing some stats for us. You might hear him along the way. And Billy, it is a gorgeous night for football. And if things go awry, we're just going to go over there to the big yellow water slide I see that's calling my name.
Yeah, what a great place for football. I was up here a couple years ago for a Tiger win, and but great facilities. The people were always great up here. They always take good care of us up the press box. Hats off to them. But there is football to be played, and the Tigers took the field as an 0-3 football team going up against the Claymont Mustang team 2-1. Sean, a lot of still unanswered questions, but a lot of positives from last week in that Athens game. The defense, despite giving up 33 points, they actually played pretty well. I mean, they overall they've given up 87 points in 3 games, and how do you say, well, now they've played well? But they've forced a lot of turnovers. They've created a lot of second chance opportunities for their offense. The problem is the offense hasn't been able to capitalize on all those, and they're still looking to get that bounce back win right now and see what they can come up with, see if they can come out of here, take that long drive back south, hour and a half back south with their first win of the season.
Yeah, absolutely. They are, I think, set up here in good position tonight as they're going to come in and they're going to receive this opening kick from the Mustangs as they'll be in their road whites tonight. The black pants, black helmets, got the orange and white stripes down the side of the pant legs and on the shoulders as well. The Claymont Mustangs, well, they look a lot like the Cleveland Browns. Brown for the base color. They've got the white pants, white helmets with numbers on them, and some orange or orangish red. I guess it's more of a red stripe across the patch. I guess we'll call it an orange. And this light, it looks more red, and here we go. They're going to kick it away. It is a straight line drive. That is going to be fielded at the 20-yard line. Advanced ahead about to the 32. That's going to be number 6 of the Tigers, and Nick McGill with the kick return for about 13 yards. So Tigers are going to set up shop here. Reasonable field position at about the 32-yard line, we'll call it.
Nick McGill, one of the few freshmen you'll see on the field for the Tigers, but a good job. He's gotten a chance on the kickoff a couple of times here in the last few weeks, and good sure hands as he's able to come up with that one and secure the football. So Tigers going to have it offensively here, but they can dial up here on the first drive.
McVay in the shotgun. He's going to hand it off to Kobe Alexander, and he's going to push a couple folks ahead of him. He's going to stumble ahead and get enough for a first down as he pushed away 2 brown jerseys and just seemed to stumble ahead with every step for more chunks. And, yeah, 1st and 10. How about that? 1 play and 1 first down, Billy Parks.
Nice patient run by 15, Kobe Alexander. Good job. He was able to just make a couple of guys miss to find his way through the line. And once he made it into that second level, there was really nobody there. The linebackers were surprised to see him. But a second effort, he falls forward, first down. And, boy, that's playing ahead of the chains.
Strong but patient. Here we go, first down. Once again, it is a handoff. It's going to be Owen Riley getting it. He's going to make his way to the near side for a gain of about 4 yards on the sweep. Riley getting that from the wide receiver position, the man in motion, and coming in with a nice first down gain. Ooh, I do like the digital first down, or the digital down markers, that we see here at Claymont tonight, Billy. And a couple of nice runs to start off the game for the Tigers offense. Now 2 wide, 2 backs behind McVay, who's going to go under center now, takes the snap, he hands it off. That's going to be up the gut to number 22 of the Tigers, Will Tornes, and he's going to advance it ahead about 4 yards, right up the middle.
Nice run there by Tornes, just getting, is decisive. There was not a whole lot of bouncing around right there. He was able to find a small crease in that line, a small gap, and get the most out of it. Now, 3rd and short here for the Tigers. See if they can keep the chains going.
2 wide, 1 on each side. It's going to be a handoff, and wow, swarmed immediately. I believe that was Brandon Fry getting the handoff. Yeah, number 5 getting the carry there for the Tigers, and Claymont with great penetration up front, and they were able to stop that play before anything could conspire. Tigers going to go for it. They are in punt coverage, are the Mustangs, so let's see what happens here. Now McVay drops back. It could be a kick. It's going to be a kick, nearly blocked. This is going to get away. He's going to kick it into an open field. That ball's rolling all the way down to the 4-yard line where it's going to be down by Tornes. And, hey, a nice play there. We have seen the Tigers do this the last few weeks. Will they punt it? Will they not formation when they're in these kind of scenarios? And, hey, worked out pretty well there.
Yeah, it really did. Good bounce. And, you never really know what you're going to get out of that bounce. It's either going to take 10 yards off of it or it's going to add on. Fortunate for the Tigers. That one takes a real nice bounce. And now the Mustangs going to have to come out. Fortunate for the Tigers. That one takes a real nice bounce. And now the Mustangs going to have to come out here with their first possession and their backs against the wall to start it out.
Yeah, absolutely. And the Tigers defense that's played pretty well this season. Plogger, Carver, Bauer, Simons up front. Quarterback's going to take that snap. He gets just past the line of scrimmage out to about, let's call it the 6-yard line, and that is where we're going to see the quarterback, your senior number 13, Parker Golick.
Boy, I tell you what, that was a textbook tackle by number 15, Kobe Alexander. A great job keeping just downhill out of his linebacker spot and meeting the man, the ball carrier, back behind the line of scrimmage. And he actually stuck and picked him up and just dropped him into the ground. A great job there by that Tiger defense. Credit Claymont for 3 on that now. 2nd down and 7 from their own 7.
Couple of pretty good defensive teams. Carson Golek, pardon me, by the way, for the incorrect name there earlier. He's going to take the snap. That's going to be a pitch backwards and a sweep to the right of the line that is going to go for maybe a yard or two. That was Ravon Searcy, who we'll see get the majority of the carries out of the backfield from what I've learned about the Mustangs. And Searcy, one of the number of returning Mustangs. I think I counted 11 seniors, 11 juniors on this Mustangs roster.
Tell you what, great job there by number 20. Braden Plogger, though, in that defensive end position. He was able to keep that outside shoulder open, drive upfield, turned everything back in. The linebackers cleaned it up, and now 3rd and long.
3rd and 6 to go. 8 minutes to go here, and there's going to be a flag that blows this dead as soon as Golick gets the snap.
Dead ball. Ball start. Offense. Number 11. Half it is to the goal. 3rd down.
And if my headphones were any indication, you could hear the official loud and clear there. Mustangs draw the first laundry of the evening. That's going to back them up here.
Yeah, that'll take them back to pretty much the original line of scrimmage, I believe.
Yeah, it's going to save them about a yard or maybe a yard and a half in actual penalty yardage from where that ball was snapped. It becomes a half the distance count off. Golick from a yard deep in his end zone rolls to his left. He slips. He evades one would-be tackler. He throws up a lame duck, and that is going to be intercepted. That is Timmy Ryan coming up with the pick, and that's going to be Tigers ball at the Claymont 21-yard line.
And a huge break right here for the Tigers. A great job setting them up in great territory. And again, another Tiger defensive turnover. Great job. But how about the offensive line, or I'm sorry, the defensive line for this Tiger football team? Boy, they were just after the quarterback, flushed him out of the pocket. He was trying to make something happen. Was Golick. He just threw up a jump ball, but Timmy Ryan high pointing it, come down. And he took a good lick, but right up with the football.
Yeah, he sure did. And here we go. Tigers 1st and 10 now. It's going to be a handoff up the middle to Torres. He's going to crash ahead through the right side of the line. He's going to pick up about 4 yards here. Clock rolls at 7:30 in the first quarter.
And already we're seeing a lot more Torres right now and Braden Fry. And that's something we saw last week and generated a bit of surge from that Tiger team as they were able to keep Kobe a little bit more fresh for defense. And looks like they're going to go back to that again tonight.
Yeah, here we go. There's a snap, and that ball thrown up toward the end zone, incomplete. It was Owen Riley targeted there, and that ball is going to hit the ground. It was number 26, Miles Wolf, one of the many Claymont seniors on the coverage there. And boy, that was close to being either a touchdown or an interception. I'm not sure which.
Yeah, that's the thing. It was a decent ball. It was put in a good spot. It was just thrown into double coverage. Both guys had a chance at the football, but a good job by Riley just kind of becoming a defender there at one point to not get it knocked down out of the way.
Snap, and Trenton's going to keep it himself. He's going to go to the left side of the line, and he's going to gain about 2 yards or so here. It's going to bring up 4th down as McVeigh, the junior quarterback. Let's see what they do here. Looks like they're going to go for it on 4th down. Now, they've had some injuries, I know, in the kicking department, so this is one of those scenarios where maybe
McVeigh's actually splitting out left.
Yes, he is. How about that? So that's going to be Owen Riley taking the snap here with Kobe to his right. Owen's got it to the right side. He slips. He stumbles. He's going to be well forward of the sticks. It's a Tiger 1st down as Riley takes, I guess, the shotgun Wildcat snap, let's call it, ahead for a handful there.
Right, a little wrinkle, and the Tiger's going to go quick here.
Yeah, they are quick. McVeigh gets the snap, hands it off. No, he doesn't. Yes, he does, and that's going to be Kobe Alexander up the gut. He's going to drive that ball from the 9 down to about the 7-yard line, it looks.
Good job there by Kobe, just finding something out of nothing right there. There was really nowhere to go in between the tackles, and the crease he found was just big enough to get through sideways.
Yes.
And he was able to get through there, squirt through, pick up 3 yards. Now 2nd down and 7 here for the Tigers inside the 10 and trying to be the first on the board here tonight.
McVeigh, man in motion. It's Torres. He looks to Torres, and that ball is going to be overthrown as it was set up for Torres on the left side, the far side of the field here on your radio dial, and a pass that falls harmlessly toward the sideline. Third down now. Ball is on the Claymont 7-yard line, still scoreless with 5:37 left to go here in the first quarter. Sean Jones and Billy Parks along with you.
We've already seen the Tigers go for it on fourth down already in this drive, so you know that they obviously probably have 2 more goes at this. See what they come up with here on third.
Snap back to McVay. He is in trouble, and he is going to go down. That is the Moose, Braylon Mullen. We've been told that they call that one the Moose, and you can see why. The senior is pretty large.
Looked like he was going for number 14 is where he was looking on the left far side of the football field. He wanted to go to Owen Riley on that slant pattern, but he was just covered up by the corner. Great coverage there. Now fourth down and 11 for the Tigers on the 11. 5:05 to go here in the first quarter. Still locked up 0-0.
Another fourth down on this drive for the Tigers. Snap to McVay. He rolls to his left. He is picked off, throwing for Riley in the end zone.
That one's going to go back to the Mustangs here. Interception here, but not very good field position here for the Mustangs. They're going to start this one in worse field position than they did their first one. This one's going to start off the 1-yard line, I believe, if they mark that where he stepped out.
That is exactly what they're doing. And
it's inside the 1.
An interception for Nolan McMorrow, and that's another one of the Claymont seniors. And, this ball is going to be right about the 1-yard line, it looks like, is where they're going to mark this. And
they're sending in the big package there, too.
Yeah, Claymont now starting field position of their own 4 and their own 1.
Yeah, that number 49 is also another running back for him, too. That's the Moose.
That is the Moose.
He came in as an extra blocker. They run a guy on late, too.
He is in the backfield, and that's going to be a snap and a head out of trouble of the end zone territory and ahead for about 7-8 yards here. Let's see who finally comes up the ball. It's going to be Nolan McMorrow, number 8, getting the carry here as the big package works. A little breathing room, a 9-yard carry, we'll say, for McMorrow.
Good job just falling forward, keeping his legs going. Now second down and short for the Mustangs. But more importantly, it opens your offense up, opens up that playbook a little bit. There's not much you can do when you're back. You're taking a snap in the end zone, but a little breathing room here for the Mustangs.
And a nice push by their front. And here we go. That is the Moose. Mueller gets the handoff. He goes left of his tackle, and he is going to get a first down for Claymont. Moves that ball ahead. Let's call it about a gain of 4 yards there as a big, powerful run.
Powerful run, powerful hit as Kobe Alexander took the Moose down by his hoofs right there. He sure did. Groundhogged him and took him down. A hard fall, but a first down there for the Mustangs.
Sounds like you're watching Animal Planet here as the Tigers take on the Mustangs. Sean Jones, Billy Parks, 3:40 remaining in quarter number 1 in Yorksville, Ohio. That is a snap and a handoff, and this is trouble as down the sideline to midfield we go. To the 40 is Dravon Searcy, and I mentioned you were going to see him take, I would say, a good percentage of the handoffs, and that is exactly why. That was a whole lot of speed as he had a nice hole to the left side of the field and broke a couple of tackles, and before you knew it, he was crossing midfield for the biggest offensive play for the Mustangs so far.
And that's what the Mustangs do. They like the edges. That's where these Mustangs like to run, is down the sidelines. They haven't been able to get there. Tigers have done a good job at contain, but not there as the Mustangs break a big one.
We got to change a quarterback. Is McMorrow now taking the snaps? He's going to hand it off to Mueller, who fights ahead violently for, let's call it, 3 yards. What a big back. You don't see many big backs like that anymore.
But and honestly, what it would remind me of, for those that, if you want to get a picture of the back, I have to imagine this is what Mike Allstott looked like.
Thank
he
you.
was in high school, probably.
Mike Allstott.
Just a force.
Absolutely. So here we go, and back to Golick now at quarterback. He's going to hand that off to Searcy again. He's going up the middle for about a gain of 4 on second down. That's going to make it about a 3rd and 3 here. Ball at the Marietta 36-yard line. Best drive of the game so far for the Mustangs.
So the Mustangs, they break one big on the edge, and now they go back to seeing what they can do between the tackles, trying to suck that Tiger defense out to respect the edge a little bit. But still, this Tiger defense holding strong now, forcing down a 3rd down.
3rd and 3 here, and clock runs at 2:08. Golick in the shotgun. Searcy to his left. He gets the handoff. He is being chased down by Ploggers. He goes right side, and he is breaking free down the sideline all the way to the, let's see here, it looks like he stepped out around the 14-yard line. That is going to be about a gain of 22-yard lines. Looks like they mark him exactly at the 15.
Yeah, Plogger actually had pretty good penetration there, as you said. He got a hand on him, but it was almost like he cut that off a little bit too soon on that rush, and it allowed the tailback and Searcy able to just a little jump step and find that edge. There was nobody there after that.
Yeah, a couple of really nice runs now to each side of the field on this drive for Searcy. 2 backs in the eye. Golick's going to take this snap under center. He turns around. It's a pitch back to Searcy. Why not? He goes to the right side of the field, tries to find a couple of holes. Nothing there as a pile of bodies end up along the far sideline. Give him a gain of about 4 yards.
Yeah, you give it to the Tigers there, though. A great job just gang tackling. Everybody getting to the football.
And taking up space as there has been just enough space for Searcy to wiggle out and really get a full head of steam on the 2 big carries on this drive.
Tigers with the late sub. Looks like they got him ran off, though.
Yeah, I believe they did as well. Here we go. I formation again. 2 wide receivers, 1 on each side. It's a handoff. This is going to go to the Moose, and he is barreling his way into the end zone as 1-on-1. Owen Riley tried to make the stop, and I'm going to say there is probably an 80-pound minimum weight differential there. Touchdown for the big senior, number 49, Braylon Mullen of Claymont, and that's going to put them up 6-0 here. PAT pending.
Just a great design right there. It was a fake toss to the right.
Yep.
Hit him on the corner, or hit hit the Moose on the counter, and the Tiger defense bid on the toss, and there was nobody there on the backside except for one man. And Owen Riley tried to take him on himself.
And the kick is no good as that is pulled wide left. 38.2 seconds remaining, quarter 1 here at Claymont Stadium. Tigers trail the Mustangs. You're listening to high school football on the.
At Miller Home Services, we know that your home's air quality matters to your health, comfort, and your wallet. Clean filtered air starts with a well-maintained HVAC system, and our maintenance packages ensure your equipment is running at peak performance, helping you breathe easier and extending the life of your system. Don't wait for issues to pile up. Call Miller Home Services today at 740-896-5035 or visit us at millerhs.com. Breathe easily knowing your equipment is ready for the weather ahead.
Hey folks, Annie here from Honest Fred's Flooring. I grew up in the flooring business, and when someone tells me to be where your feet are, I'm all about that. Because in the crazy business of carpet, vinyl, wood plank, remnants, and super sales, sometimes it's easier to take a deep breath and be where your feet are. And to be honest, we're already there. Honest Fred's Flooring, Parkersburg, Marietta, and Spencer. When others talk the talk, we walk the walk.
Take a small drive to big savings. HonestFreds.com.
Claymont strikes first as it's a touchdown run for Braylon Mullen that makes it a 6-0 game. 38 seconds left to go here. Kick is away, and once again, it is going to be McGill with the return as it's a line drive kick that he again fields right about dead on at the 20-yard line. He's able to advance it all the way to the 40-yard line, though. So Tigers set up with reasonable field position here and looking at a 6-0 lead after a PAT that went awry for Claymont left some points out there on the field. So an opportunity for the Tigers with a score and a point after to take the lead here. Beautiful night, 77 degrees right now. We kicked it about 84. 4 wide receivers now for Trenton McVeigh. He's got Kobe Alexander to his right. He takes the snap. He fakes it to Alexander. No, he doesn't. He fakes me out to Alexander. That ball comes loose as Alexander gets across the line to gain. But that ball came out after quite a massive hit, and it's going to be Mustangs ball after just a one-play drive for the Tigers.
Boy, it was a good hit, too. They squared up on Kobe. It was a good run. Kobe was fighting for extra yards there. He spun out of one, and, well, I tell you what, he got popped good. The ball came out. Looks like there were flags on the field. But
that's just, I believe, the
marker for the turnover.
Mm-hmm. So here we go. After just one play, the Tigers defense right back at it, and following a interception on the first Claymont drive, Tigers surrendered a touchdown after a couple of big runs by Grevon Searcy on that last play, or on that last series for Claymont. Here we go. They're going to go 2 wide to the right, 1 to the left. Searcy is back behind Golick. Golick takes a couple steps back. He looks downfield. He's got a man, but nearly intercepted. That was Yusuf Algari.
Oh, man, a great job. Great read there by Yusuf as he was able to step underneath the wide receiver. He saw that one coming. He kind of baited him a bit to throw that one. He caught up with it, had his hands on it, and was unable to keep a hold of it. But it was his ball to catch.
Yes, it was. I thought that was going to be the second Tigers pick of the first quarter. 19.4 seconds left here in the first
Something
quarter.
tells me the Broncos are going to go back to the ground here.
I would think so. Searcy in the backfield. 2 wide receivers to the left. They've got a tight end to the right, and it's going to be a handoff to Searcy. He's going to be drugged down immediately. Damian Gully shooting the gap and into the back.
Gully, and looks like number 71, Teddy Bauer, also getting in there from defensive tackle position. But a great job there by the Tigers. A loss on the play for the Broncos. That's going to be 3rd down and long here now, 3rd and 10. Tigers, bend but don't break. See if they can maybe get this one back.
That's going to be the end of the first quarter as we head for a timeout. It's 6-0. Claymont on top of the Tigers. You're listening to the voice of the Tigers, WMOA.
Tonight, when we break down the game by the numbers, that's made possible by the Mannix Allen Group at Merrill, located at 294 Front Street in downtown Marietta. At Merrill, they know that just like in tonight's game, there's a strategy, a game plan, and a hopeful outcome. The same should hold true for your investments, your retirement, and your financial future. Call Bill Mannix, Mackenzie Allen, and Sandra Crosby at 740-568-7860 for an appointment to discuss your financial goals. Merrill Lynch, Pierce, Fenner & Smith Incorporated, registered broker-dealer, registered investment advisor, member SIPC, and a wholly owned subsidiary of Bank America Corporation.
Smitty's Pizza is everywhere. Down the street, around the corner, and right out front.
I know they're right out front when they deliver, but how is Smitty's everywhere?
Well, for starters, you'll find them in Marietta, Reno, then Belpre, and Lowell. And don't look now, but Smitty's is in Barlow.
Wow, 5 rockin' Smitty's locations, or call for delivery and they'll come to you.
Trust me, it's the best pizza in the world. Sing it with me, Anna. Smitty's Pizza, the best pizza in the world. Yeah!
Back for second quarter action here in Uricksville, Claymont Stadium. Claymont 3rd down here, and they're going to try to run the reverse, the double reverse, and it blows up in the backfield for about a loss of 8 yards here as the unfortunate Mustang, who's going to have about a -8 there in his rushing total, is going to be Jackson Jinks, as the Tigers as a unit were collectively in the backfield.
Yeah, I think that was led by number 50, Zach Carver, the junior. A good job there by the Tigers getting in the backfield. Now 4th down and a mile, going to force the punt.
And a punt. That is going to be, looks like, all-purpose athlete Nolan McMorrow punting this away. And that punt travels in the air, bounces near the 30-yard line, takes a Claymont bounce all the way to just inside the 15. So this will be Marietta's longest field of the night as we begin here. And 11-11 remaining, quarter two. Everyone out there, make a wish for the Tigers.
Yeah, 11-11 to go. Quarter two, Tigers, not a whole lot going on there offensively yet. They've had a little bit of success early with their first possession. They had a second chance after the turnover. Couldn't get anything going with it, with a short field at that. Ends in a turnover, but now getting another opportunity here in this second quarter to see if they can come up with their first score.
4 receivers out there for McVeigh. He takes the handoff. He is going to hand that off, I should say, right up the middle to Braden Fry. Head for about 6 yards on first down. Nice gain to get things moving in the right direction. Fry's second carry of the night, I believe.
Well, sure makes second down a lot easier on you, though, for sure, when you're able to pick up 6 on the first. So a good job there by Fry as Marietta continues to cycle those running backs in and out of the backfield.
Yeah, a lot of hands touching the ball, and I think that's led to some of the success tonight. We've seen Tornis a couple of nice carries, and that's who's in the backfield right now, lined up in the eye behind McVeigh. Just like that, Tornis gets the ball. He's going to fall ahead for a gain of about 3, it looks like, and that might have been a little generous, I think, as they kind of spotted the ball as he was falling forward. I didn't think he quite got that much, but you are not going to hear a complaint from this guy. It's going to be 3rd down and 1.
Still in that I formation again of the Tigers.
Yeah, they've seen some success out of it. McVeigh's going to hand it off, and Tornes is going to meet number 49, Braylon Mullen, head on. And folks, if you've been with us any time tonight, you know that they call him the Moose for a reason. That's going to be a loss of 2 yards on the play. Tigers now deep in their own territory are going to be forced to punt this away.
See how much film they've been watching, because as we know, Owen has that option from the punting position to run the ball or kick it. See what he decides here.
I think he's going to take off with it. How about that? You called it. He tries to make a move, and he has got it. That is going to be a first down, and he saw something at the very last second, it looked like, as it appeared he was going to punt that away, and wow, what an athletic play. What a gutsy move.
Just a great job there. It's great execution and great decision-making there from Owen Riley, 14. And the punter, he's been all over the field. He's playing, obviously safety on defense. He made a huge play last week on defense where he had a strip of the ball carrier standing straight up and went 56 yards, I think, with it or something. So he's just playing big right now, and now he's a quarterback.
Yeah, how about that? He's going to take this snap. He's going to look straight ahead, plunge into the line, and he's going to get maybe a couple.
Number 73 also, Zachary Edgar. He's a junior. You got 56 out there, Brody Cameron, another junior. So these are underclassmen at that. I mean, the Mustangs have a pretty bright season, or pretty bright future in the next couple of years, even with as many senior guys as they have out there. They got a good mix of guys.
Yeah, right up front there, defensive tackle Braylon Mueller has the only touchdown of the night so far, and it's going to be a handoff to Kobe Alexander here on a 3rd and 5, and that run is not going to go for quite enough. He's going to get maybe a friendly spot here and ahead over the 35-yard line to just inside the 36. This is going to be about a 4th and, let's call it a short 3.
Yeah, just inside of 3, though. 4th down. See what the Tigers come up with. They're looking for a play right now. Offense staying on the field.
And once again, it is Owen Riley who is going to line up in the shotgun here.
Let him throw it here. Everybody thinks the run's coming.
And everybody would be right. Riley, though, unstoppable as he shoots directly through the middle of the line. He is going to pick up the second Tiger first down of this drive, the second he's picked up here after that gutsy punt, fake punt run that he had on the first series. First down now at the Tiger 44-yard line.
Tell you what I like most about that run right there from Owen is he didn't try to dance laterally to find a hole. He found a crease, he put his head down, and he got hard push on his way to a first down. A great run right there by Riley.
There's the snap and a handoff to the first man through. That is number 50 for the Tigers, and Zach Carver is going to get his first carry of the night, ahead for a solid gain of 5 on first down. And 5:56 now remaining on the clock here in quarter number 2. Hey, our pregame tonight, by the way, brought to you by Stewart Photography on Glendale Road in Marietta. Stewart Photography been capturing the traditions of the students of Marietta High School for a long time. Captured some of my school years as well. More about them in a moment. First, McVeigh with the handoff, hands it back to Tornes. He is free and finally tripped up after about a gain of 7. It's going to be more than enough for a Tiger first down.
Great job there by Tornes. He just laid his left hand on the back of his lead blocker and just was very patient, followed him through the hole. And then he was ready to be shot out of a cannon. But a great job there by the Broncos as they just got a shoestring tackle at the very last second to trip him up.
Stewart Photography. Give him a call, 374-4564. Mark and as the Tigers are across midfield in the Mustang territory. They trail 6-0 here. Coming up on the 5-minute mark of quarter number 2. Under center now, McVeigh takes it, hands it off to Tornes, and again up the middle. He's going to be rolled up by big number 73, Zachary Edgar, but it's a gain of 3 yards on first down for the Tigers.
How tough is Tornes, though? I mean, I'll be honest, there's not many backs that would have gotten hit like he did.
Oh, no, and just spring up like that?
Spring up like that, you know, back in that last possession when, I think it was the Moose that blasted him in the backfield. And usually that will slow a back down. And then when they go through the hole, they become a little more timid, but not Tornes. He's pouring it in there.
Good size up front. Here's Riley. He takes the direct snap again, and he is going to be sacked for about a 5, maybe 6-yard loss here. That's going to bring up a 3rd and very long for the Tigers. It'll be about a 3rd and 14 here. That play busted.
So he had the green light to throw the football on that one. He had 3 guys downfield, but unfortunately there was just nobody there.
Yep.
And because he had the option to throw the ball, he didn't hit the edge near as hard, so therefore allowed that defense to catch up with him. So you could credit that one as a sack if you would like.
Yeah.
Because that was he was definitely going to throw that football.
So here we go, 3rd and long, shotgun snap, and a handoff, and that is going to be Fry, who takes the ball, spins around, tries to make something happen, and what ends up being made of him is a big tackle there by the Moose again, who has been anchoring this defensive front along with Zachary Edgar for the Mustangs. Ball at the 49-yard line of Claymont, and Tigers, will they punt? Will they run? We're about to find out. 3 minutes to go here in quarter number 2. And a punt as McVeigh is going to kick that away. Ball is initially muffed at the 12-yard line, but now ahead and across the 50. Horse-collar tackle is going to draw a flag, but save a touchdown as that was a huge return by Miles Wolf.
Yeah, I tell you what, a great job there. Just getting away from traffic, picking up that ball after it went off of his chest. Owen Riley was the guy down there for the Tigers, as he just could not get there under control and able to wrap him up. Yeah, I think he thought he was going to have a chance at the football, and then the chance went away, and then it was too late to make the tackle, and before you knew that, the ball carrier was down the sidelines. But Teddy Bauer, he's not going to get away with that tackle, but he does save a touchdown in the process.
Yeah, so I think you take the flag and make them earn it, because I'm not sure if Teddy doesn't make that horse collar tackle right there. Unfortunately, I think that goes for 6, and they're celebrating here in Uricksville. Instead, they'll set up at the 32-yard line of Marietta, so good field position here, and Golick takes the shotgun snap, hands it to Searcy. Searcy has plenty of room. He's across the 20-yard line after a gain of about 12 yards on a first down carry. Into the red zone now goes Claymont.
All kinds of room off tackle right there for Searcy, but he's quick. He gets there fast, and that was the advantage for him there. Another first down.
Mustangs fast back to the line as well. Searcy with another carry, virtually the same play. This time, though, the ball is loose. That ball was ripped out by number 50, Zach Carver. Tigers ball.
That's a Tiger football. A great job there by Zach Carver coming up big, ripping the ball out. Tigers going to get another chance here on offense. A huge play once again from that Tiger defense.
That defensive front four is really, really coming up with some big plays tonight. That right there, credit Zach Carver with just ripping that ball out of the hands of Searcy, who has been incredibly dangerous tonight.
That's the advantage of getting 6 helmets to the football. You know,
yes.
You can stand the guy up. One guy can go for the football while other guys are, doing what they're doing. But that's the advantage of gang tackling.
Second turnover now for Claymont. McVay in the shotgun. Man in motion. They're going to be, I believe, an illegal procedure here for a false start against the Tigers.
Yeah, I'm not sure they're going to get that on. The whole timing of that play was off. Owen had taken a fake handoff when the ball was not even snapped yet. So, yeah, that just the timing alone, it was just off.
Yeah, that play could have potentially ended up far more disastrous than what it did. It'll go as a 5-yard loss, but it'll remain first down and 15 yards now. Ball is placed on the 14-yard line as the Tigers look at an 86-yard field to go. McVay with the snap, rolls out to his left. He's going to take it down the sideline. He is ahead. He's running back to the middle. He's going to take a big hit around the 20. He's going to get back just ahead of the original line of scrimmage. They're going to give him the 21-yard line.
So, yeah, it makes it all the way back to the original line of scrimmage, +1. So he makes something out of nothing right there. But, boy, I tell you, I thought he had the edge and had the sideline for a minute.
And we have a timeout on the field. We will take 1, 2. Back after this.
Estate. Gone are the days when folks just stopped by 318 2nd Street in Marietta. Now you can find McCarthy Real Estate on Facebook with weekly featured listings or MariettaRealEstate.com. We have real phones and cell phones and GPS, although we know our way around. McCarthy Real Estate since 1953. You don't need good luck to find us, but you'll have it when you do.
Shop Apex True Value for great bargains of the month. Looking for a waterproof sealant for your windows, doors, and trim? Then grab a DAP 10.1 ounce, white or clear, Dynaflex Premium Elastomeric Sealant for just $4.99. And keep your chainsaw running smoothly with a Super S 1-quart bar and chain oil for only $3.99. Get these bargains of the month and more while supplies last at Apex True Value, 7th and Green Streets in Marietta.
Back at Claymont Stadium, 2:04 to go here. Tigers with the ball in a 2nd down and 8. It's going to be a handoff and a carry. Couldn't tell who that was. I believe it was Fry. Yes, it was Fry with the carry to the right side.
Yeah, Fry just pouring it up in the middle right there, trying to pick up what he can. But
give about a gain of 3 yards as we get a feedback loop here around amongst the stadium. Kind of makes you think that there could be ghosts out there somewhere. But it's a beautiful night for football, actually, here in Uricksville. And Is that another timeout? It appears it is going to be. Well, we'll be back in 30 seconds here at Claymont Stadium. You're on the Voice of the Tigers.
People's Bank Student Checking Account is designed for teens and college students. The special account allows for experience managing a checking account with a highly rated mobile banking app, along with a People's Bank Debit MasterCard for purchases and ATM use. It also offers options for direct deposit and mobile check deposit. Visit your nearest People's Bank location or learn more at peebo.com. People's Bank, working together, building success for now and for the future. Member FDIC.
Well, third down, 5 to go here. 1:53 remains. Marietta trails the Claymont Mustangs 6-0. Trying to find out who called that timeout. Tigers have burnt 2, I believe. Just one timeout left. Handoff, no. This play is going to be blown dead. Another false start on the Tigers is going to make this a 4th and 10 at about the 19-yard line.
So that deep, they just finally took the timeout, I think, off the board up there. It looks like still Mustangs have 2 timeouts. Tigers have 3 timeouts. I thought for sure that was a Tiger timeout.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that.
But boy, if it was a Tiger timeout, hey, what a waste of a timeout at that point now. I mean,
yeah, absolutely.
You take the timeout to set up a 3rd and 5 to try to keep the chains going, and now you're back to 3rd and 10 right out of the timeout.
And, the clock was accidentally misset to 1.53 seconds, which is wrong. There's 1:53 left here. Handoff is going to go to Tornes. He's going to try to break a tackle. He does. He scampers ahead for about a gain of 5, but the Tigers, once again in a punting situation here. Claymont's going to take a timeout. 1:47 remaining here in the first half.
Like Torres, a good job there, just creating his own lane, finding spots, finding room to run the ball. It was a cutback. There was really no room there, but man, just one hand on the ground, couldn't keep up.
Statistics, we'll talk those a little bit more as we make our way past halftime, and those are, of course, made possible by Merrill and our local Marietta office with Bill Mannix and Mackenzie Allen. Our sack of the game is going to be made possible by your hometown proud local IGA store. We're still waiting for a candidate, I believe, for our big drill, or for our sack of the game, and of course we'll be naming a big drill player of the game as well. Close one here. Keep in mind, this is a Claymont team. Last week came away with a 7-6 win, so this kind of low-scoring football is what they're somewhat used to. Tigers now with Owen Riley back to punt. Something going wrong with the formation. They need to get a guy off the field. They are not going to get it. They're going to get backed up a bit more here.
Yeah, they had 12 guys on the field right there, and Riley was trying to run him off the field, but I think he thought maybe he wanted him to just go in motion, so he became set. And then when he became set, he was then that 12th player, and Tigers get flagged on it again now.
So here we go. It's going to be, I don't believe they moved it back, but 4th and should have been 15. I believe that ball is going to bounce and roll to just across midfield before, well, they're just going to blow it dead as there is a game of chicken at the 48-yard line. That was Miles Wolf who had the nice return, staring down Braden Fry.
Yeah, I would say he's probably going to get talking to after that one. I think he was maybe a little too close to that football. Somebody's going to grab him up and say, hey, man, we don't even need to be that close.
Yeah.
Let's just back up. I think he's just got it right now.
Yep. It was a really fun pregame interview with head coach Buddy White here of Claymont. You mentioned this is a gentleman who's been around, coached a number of teams over the years, has had plenty of success here in the Central Ohio area.
Yeah, inside of that 270 outer belt and all around it, I tell you what, everybody up there knows Buddy White and Central Ohio and Columbus, because he is he's up there with one of the best coaches ever in Central Ohio.
He's got these kids believing, and right there is going to be a completion for a gain of about 6 yards. Golick out to, it's going to be Daniel McGarr with his first reception of the night. Make it a 4-yard gain is where they're going to mark him out at. 1:30 remaining here, quarter number 2 in Claymont. Golick takes the snap, looks down the middle of the field. That is going to be caught, and once again, it is Daniel McGarr. Second reception in a row. That's going to be plenty enough for a first down. Ball is going to move across midfield all the way down to the 29-yard line of Marietta. Another snap for Golick. He looks to the left side. He's throwing for the end zone, and that's going to be overthrown. Mason Bailey, your intended receiver.
Yeah, just barely missed him, by a couple of yards right there. But, back to the previous pass before that, he did a great job dropping that ball over the head of the linebacker, Kobe Alexander, who was in his drop from that linebacker spot. What looked to be pretty good field position, pretty good defensive position. Yeah, it turned out not to be, obviously, after a big gain right there. But the quarterback himself just dropping it in.
We saw Kobe Alexander sky for one full extension and come down with an interception a couple of weeks ago at John Marshall. Similar play, but yeah, Golick with a great throw there. He takes the snap here. It's going to be 2nd down and 10. He is flushed out to the right. That's Plogger chasing him down. Pass complete. It's going to be a short gain down the sideline. That is Dawson Matzel with his first reception of the game.
Yeah, it looks like Trent McVeigh out there for the Tigers and defending that pass, but unfortunately he was unable to get there and knock it down. But the Mustangs able to get it out of bounds too and stop that clock to 109.
Plogger, the defensive end, chasing down the Mustangs quarterback to no avail there. Golick takes the snap, looks down the right side of the field. He's going to throw incomplete, high and outside to the intended target. That's going to be Brady Fox, number 2, picks up the target.
It's like laundry on the field, too, on that 3rd down. There's a flag on the field. Looks like he's going back over to Coach Kuffner to see if he's going to accept this one or decline it. So it must be on the Broncos. Or, I'm sorry, the Mustangs.
The horse of some kind.
Yeah, it looked like it was an illegal man downfield or illegal shift.
Yep, they're going to back him up
on
5 yards.
So back him up to the original line of scrimmage. Now 3rd down and long. Tigers defense, see if they can come up with another big stop here.
Yeah,
going into half.
Huge Searcy in the backfield now to the right of Golick. Golick throws for the end zone, and he throws for his big target, Jackson Jenks. They're going to get bailed out with a pass interference or a holding flag that's going to go against Riker Jabot.
Yeah, unfortunately, they're going to get the Tigers, I think, on. But, I mean, they were just pushing
another
back and forth downfield, too.
But wait, there's Laundry back here at the 30 as well. Could we have offsetting penalties?
So, if so, if they offset, we will replay that 3rd, and Tigers will get away with one there.
All right, so we got on the defense, pass interference, and then an unsportsmanlike.
Yeah.
I don't know why the microphone is unfortunately off, but so this is still going to wind up as a...
how are they going to mark this one here?
Well, okay, so it's going to be a 15-yard penalty and then a 15-yard penalty, right?
Well, I think they would get is it a 10 on the...
All right, so
it looks like they're going to mark it off and give the Mustangs a first down.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly how this, unless there was maybe a
15-yard penalty on the interception, but that's all they marked off. So apparently the Mustangs don't get penalized for the unsportsmanlike conduct.
I am guessing that might have been against Marietta as well, and he just signaled wrong, and that's going to be a touchdown pass. As Jackson Jenks is going to catch a short pass, go into the end zone. It's now a 2-score lead at 12-0 Claymont. Jenks, the big 6'4" target. We've seen him also defensively as a safety.
Yeah, I think they're seeing that matchup. They went back to him again 2 times in a row there, but they're going right after McVeigh on that corner spot. I think they saw the size mismatch there and thought they would try that one out. But, boy, I tell you what, a tough one there for the Tigers to give that one up. With under a minute to go here in the first half, the Mustangs get another score on the board, 12-0, 57 seconds to go.
And an attempt for the 2-point conversion. It looked like it was stood up. I can't believe this is not being blown dead.
How long are they going to let it go?
And then they finally did blow it dead.
But that's flags flying because they let that go so long.
Absolutely.
I mean, I'm surprised that there was only one flag out of it.
We are under a minute here. Personal foul, I believe, against Claymont was what the signal was.
I think ultimately it was they did not get the PAT after all anyway, so they get the option to decline that if it's against Claymont, then it would be over, right?
Yeah, I was going to say, there we go. So, Jackson Jinks with the touchdown reception from Golick. It's going to make it a 12-0 ball game. 57 seconds remain here in quarter number 2. We'll take a timeout and we'll come back on the voice of the Tigers.
Hey everybody, it's Alexis White here, your financial friend from the Citizens Bank Company. Did you know that we have 4 convenient locations to serve you? We're in Belpre, Barlow, Marietta, and Beverly, but hey, if it suits you, check us out anytime at thecitizens.com, your virtual gateway to all things banking. We get it. Online and ATMs are cool, but have you ever experienced the joy of a warm welcome? Step into one of our branches and you'll see what we mean. First-class service on a first-name basis. The Citizens Bank Company, where banking feels personal because, well, it is.
Do you live with AFib that isn't caused by a heart valve problem and struggle with your blood thinner medications? Are you at high risk of stroke and looking for a different treatment option? At Memorial Health System, we're proud to be the region's leading provider of the Watchman device, a small implant that seals off the area of the heart where blood clots most commonly form. It's a one-time, minimally invasive procedure that reduces your risk of stroke, may eliminate your need for long-term blood thinners, and gets you back to doing what you love most. Learn more at mhssystem.org/itmatters.
Well, we get our answer as this ball is going to be kicked away from the 25, as that personal foul is going to be assessed here on the kickoff. So Tigers with an opportunity perhaps under a minute here to get some decent field position and put some points on the board. Claymont will receive the kickoff in the second half. It's going to be number 57, Brady McGuire, kicking it away. And again, not a great kick. That's going to be touched, though, by a couple of different Tigers. Now they are in trouble, and they're not going to get any return out of this, as 2 Tigers both unable to pick up that short line drive kick that ends up with the Tigers starting at about the 32-yard line here. And
yeah, it looked like they were kicking it again at the freshman, McGill. And McGill had to run for it a little bit, though. And he thought maybe it was in kind of no man's land. They could squirt out of bounds if it hits the ground. Maybe it won't. He had to do something there. He just couldn't find the handle on it.
No, he couldn't. And here we go. McVeigh with 50.7 left. He's going to look down the left side into double coverage. And unfortunately, Riley not able to come up with that one. A little bit of contact there, which I'll be honest, if there was going to be a flag on that play down near the goal line, I'm not sure how there wasn't a flag there, as Riley certainly sort of got turned around by the arm of the defender. And
well, when you see that defender's arm straighten out like that, it's usually a pretty good indication that he's trying to redirect the wide receiver, and which he did. It was just no call.
Yeah, no call there. So tough one goes against the Tigers. Man in motion here on 2nd and 10. McVeigh throws over the middle. He has got his target. It's Kobe Alexander. He's going to get ahead for a gain of 11. 37 seconds left now in quarter number 2. Tigers
don't even have a timeout left, do they? Or they just take their last one, actually?
Well, Claymont is showing no timeouts left here on the scoreboard. Now we're showing two left for the Tigers, which
there we go.
I'm not sure if that's correct either, but we're going to go with it for now, and we'll keep things
We'll
right.
take the 2.
Yeah, hey, we'll take 2 extra timeouts.
Yeah, we'll give you we'll take all of them you want to give us.
Absolutely. We won't count them, but I know some folks who count.
But nevertheless, 36.9 seconds to go here for the Tigers. They're flirting around the midfield here. Looks like it's spotted around the 48-yard line, their own 48-yard line, and the Tigers just trying to make something happen here late in the first half, down 12-0.
Yeah, Tigers defensively, other than really just a couple of the big plays by Claymont in terms of you had Searcy and a couple of big runs on the touchdown drive earlier, and then the second touchdown was set up by just incredible field possession, and here we go. It's going to be McVeigh taking the first down snap at the 48-yard line, falling ahead as he was under pressure in a hurry, and this is probably going to force the Tigers to take another timeout. It will.
But I'm just kind of surprised that if you're willing to use your timeouts there, I'm surprised with the QB draw.
Yeah,
I don't know what you're trying to set up, but nevertheless, maybe he has seen something on film that he thinks that maybe there was a hole there, in this situation. But nevertheless, it's going to be second down and long here for the Tigers, who take their last time. Or no, it's like they still have one timeout on the board, but it's got to be it for the Tigers team. 31 seconds, didn't really lose a whole lot there off of that during that play, but the Tigers offense just really struggling to find that big play. They've been able to move the football, Sean. It's just they can't sustain that, and then it's just every 3 yards, and and then some penalties, and then pick up another 7, and then they get themselves in a bad situation, and they just need that big play, though, to kind of spark this offense.
Yeah, I think so. Looking for that big chunk, and McVeigh is going to be in the shotgun here. 2 wide receivers on each side. McVeigh rolls to his left. He is in trouble. He is going to go down. That is going to be Mueller and number 80, Calvin Edwards, a sophomore defensive lineman, in on the sack of McVeigh. 13 seconds left. Tigers are going to burn that third timeout. We'll go ahead and just keep it right here as well. As
McVeigh was just trying to find something downfield. He was scrambling. He was bootlegging to his left, which is his throwing side. So he wasn't trying to throw back across his body, but he was just kept trying to, buy time and buy time and buy time. And eventually ran out of real estate. Where the Mustangs just closed down on him. Now third down. They're going to come out third down 17 from their own 41. Tigers obviously out of timeouts now. 13 seconds to go. They've either got to get the end zone here or they got to get to the sideline, one or the other. I mean, you can pretty much call it defensively. Say, hey, guys, everything happens in front of you. Don't let anybody behind you. Try to take away the sidelines and let this thing go into half. But the Tigers see what they can come up with here. Maybe a little trickery to try to sneak one out here before half.
Boy, that would really be a big momentum shift for the Tigers. Here we go. 3rd and a mile. McVeigh out to Tornes. Far sideline. He's going to get about 3 yards, try to make a couple of moves, and I don't think he's going to get out of bounds, so that's going to be the end of the first half. 12-0 Claymont after 2 quarters. We'll be right back here as the Tigers trail at the half. You're listening to the voice of the Tigers, WMOA.
The Fry Dental Group is a longtime sponsor of the Marietta High School Tiger Big Drill, player of the game. Not just a player, could be a play, could be a fan in the stands, could be a cheerleader, it could be you. Tune in to WMOA for every Tiger broadcast and listen close for the Marietta High School Tiger Fry Dental Group Big Drill, player of the game, brought to you by Dr. Brett Fry, Dr. Amanda Boggs, and the staff at Fry Dental Group.
Shop Apex True Value for great bargains of the month. Refresh your home with Easy Care's 1 gallon bright white flat latex ceiling paint for $24.99. Ready to upgrade your yard work tools? Check out Fiskars Telescoping Bypass Lopper for only $22.99. And pick up Ho Warmers 32-ounce instant mold and mildew stain remover for just $4.99. Get these bargains of the month while they last at Apex True Value, 7th and Green Streets in Marietta.
For each and every Tiger game, we have a chance to break it down, thanks in part to the Mannix Allen Group at Merrill, located at 294 Front Street in downtown Marietta. When it comes to numbers, the Mannix Allen Group has more than 3 decades of combined experience helping people with their investments and retirement goals. Call Bill Mannix, Mackenzie Allen, and Sandra Crosby, 740-568-7860 to arrange an appointment to review your investment game plan. Merrill Lynch, Pierce, Fenner & Smith Incorporated, registered broker-dealer, registered investment advisor, member SIPC, and a wholly owned subsidiary of Bank America Corporation.
Well, halftime here in Uricksville as Claymont leads Marietta 12-0. It's been a frustrating half offensively for the Marietta Tigers, and a game where we've seen some turnovers for both squads. And Billy, the Tigers definitely not out of this one, but they have to find an offense to complement what's been a pretty stingy defense.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, the Mustangs have put together a pretty good game here. Aside from the turnovers with the interception and the fumble, which they give that opportunity back to the Tigers. But aside from that, I mean, the Mustangs have put together a pretty good football team, or a pretty good football game here. 2-score lead. They obviously have that added advantage of coming out at half and receiving the ball. To potentially go up 3 scores at that point, if you're the Tigers, you're quickly in almost kind of panic mode early in the second half. So the Tigers defense gonna have to come out stand strong here in the second half, and hopefully some adjustments offensively allows the Tigers to maybe open up the offense and maybe come up with a big play or two.
Absolutely, and Tigers looking to avoid falling to 0-4 here, as Claymont is looking to improve to 3-1, and also this will be the biggest division opponent that the Claymont Mustangs will face. So they want to win for those playoff points of just beating a bigger school. So at the half, Claymont leads Marietta 12-0. We are going to head into halftime and hear Johnny Wharf as he caught up with Doak Markley, class of 1970, one of your 6 Tigers headed into the Athletic Hall of Fame. That's going to take place on Saturday, October 11th, and we're going to go to break and come back as Johnny Wharf talks with Doak Markley here at the half. Marietta trails 12-0. You're on the Voice of the Tigers.
At Miller Home Services, we believe comfort starts with trust and ends with a home that feels just right. As your local HVAC experts, we offer professional equipment installation sized perfectly for your home, and our affordable maintenance packages help extend the life of your system and prevent those surprise breakdowns. Need a new system? No problem. We've got flexible financing to fit your budget, so comfort doesn't have to wait. Call Miller Home Services today at 740-896-5035 or visit us at millerhs.com.
People's Bank Student Checking Account is designed for teens and college students. The special account allows for experience managing a checking account with a highly rated mobile banking app, along with a People's Bank Debit MasterCard for purchases and ATM use. It also offers options for direct deposit and mobile check deposit. Visit your nearest People's Bank location or learn more at peebo.com. People's Bank, working together, building success for now and for the future. Member FDIC.
If you've ever run your hand across nice carpet, you probably know the Honest Fred's difference. This is Annie from Honest Fred's Flooring, and the difference is threefold: quality, service, and choices. And without all of those, the others really don't matter. You don't have to stay long, but stop into one of our studios in Parkersburg, Marietta, or Spencer. This is where the high-level decisions get made. And remember the Honest Fred's difference: quality, service, and choices.
Take a small drive to big savings. HonestFreds.com.
Smitty's Pizza is everywhere. Down the street, around the corner, and right out front.
I know they're right out front when they deliver, but how is Smitty's everywhere?
Well, for starters, you'll find them in Marietta, Reno, then Belpre, and Lowell. And don't look now, but Smitty's is in Barlow.
Wow, 5 rockin' Smitty's locations, or call for delivery and they'll come to you.
Trust me, it's the best pizza in the world. Sing it with me, Anna. Smitty's Pizza, the best pizza in the world. Yeah!
Another Hall of Fame spotlight interview. We have Doak Markley from the class of 1970 and a class this year that ranges from 70 to 2010, and we're glad to have Coach Markley with us. Kind of twofold. I want to jump back quickly to the athlete Doak Markley from the high school, because back in the day, and we're both from back in the day, we can admit that, but you just played everything, right?
Yeah, I was a 3-year starter in the offensive and defensive line for football. Then I went right to basketball. And as soon as basketball was over, I ran track and threw shot and disc. And then I played baseball all summer.
And then I always like to ask this from the multi-sport athletes, what was your favorite?
They're so different. I guess I'd have to say football, just because the guys I grew up with and did that so long.
Right. And then if you were to look back, and again, I look at those all of the 60s and into the 70s as the time that I was just that formidable, loved going to the games, watching the Tiger games or whatever the case might be. Just seemed like a different level. I don't know if it was the fan support, if it was the league. What do you feel the same way about that?
Yeah, it's definitely different now from the top down, where you talk pro, college, and so forth. But I just think there was a lot of camaraderie, and possibly because, like on TV, you didn't have 85 game choices. Right. So your high school team and your high school buddies were tighter to you. You weren't pushed off into too many different areas.
Doak Markley, class of 1970, Marietta High School, and 2025 Marietta High School Athletic Hall of Fame inductee. Can you just name a few of the guys that, whatever sport, but lined up alongside you, and then some of the mentors that you probably cussed at the time, but then love now?
Oh, yeah. I mean, playing-wise, it was guys you played with the whole time through, but Ben Cogswell, Chris Mendenhall, Bob Wurtzbacher, there's some other linemen there. But Coach Boner, Coach Becker, I had so much time with as a lineman, which was huge. And then Bob Annison's in track was someone who was a tremendous mentor for me. We also had, I kind of went to my class there, but like Dave and Larry Burke, Randy Burnworth, just so much remember those guys.
Yeah, and some Hall of Fame names popping out of there, obviously, as well. Doak Markley is our guest as we reminisce a little bit and celebrate what is to come this year with the induction ceremony on October the 11th, and we encourage folks to come out to that football game on that Friday night. We'll honor these guys as well. But football, basketball, track, and then on to college. Were there like recruitment efforts for you at any time at any one of those sports?
I was recruited some, but wasn't high enough to get a scholarship offer. But I really liked Miami University, known as the Cradle of Coaches, and I really knew that's what I wanted to go into. And I'd had visit there and so forth. So I went there as a freshman and got my numerals. Back then, freshmen, you couldn't play varsity. It was a separate freshman team. And Bill Mallory, the head coach there, was another very meaningful person in my development. I played and was a backup center when I got my last concussion. And Coach Mallory visited me in the hospital and said, "We know you want to coach. Why don't you become a student coach?" And I did that for 2 years. And that staff left and went to Colorado. And I was a graduate assistant one more year, which was very, very meaningful. What went on with my university.
Perfect transition into what I'm going to talk to you about after this break. But we're going to take a quick break. Hall of Famer Doak Markley is our guest from the Marietta High School class of 1970. We'll be right back.
What do folks look for in a home? Your guess is as good as mine, but I must say, if you work with McCarthy Real Estate, we've seen it, we know it, and how to get to it. You can't beat experienced local service. It's a great time to list as demand is at an all-time high. With global access to potential buyers moving into our area, we are out in front on turnkey deals. Plus, we're there for you to navigate the appraisal, inspection, and banking process. McCarthy Real Estate, 2nd Street, Marietta, and at MariettaRealEstate.com.
If you've ever run your hand across nice carpet, you probably know the Honest Fred's difference. This is Annie from Honest Fred's Flooring, and the difference is threefold: quality, service, and choices. And without all of those, the others really don't matter. You don't have to stay long, but stop into one of our studios in Parkersburg, Marietta, or Spencer. This is where the high-level decisions get made. And remember the Honest Fred's difference: quality, service, and choices.
Take a small drive to big savings. HonestFred.com.
Winter is right around the corner. Do you know for sure that your furnace is ready for the task? Miller Home Services can put your mind at ease with our affordable maintenance packages. Our technicians will do a complete system check to make sure your system is running at peak performance. If you need a new system, we have you covered with quick and affordable equipment installations. Locally owned and operated, we give you our professional service with a hometown feel. Call today at 740-896-5035 or visit us at millerhs.com.
Tune in to every Marietta Tiger broadcast for the Fry Dental Group Big Drill Player of the Game. This longtime sponsorship puts a Fry Dental Group WMOA Big Drill t-shirt on a Tiger standout athlete. The Tiger Big Drill Player of the Game, made possible by Dr. Brett Fry, Dr. Amanda Boggs, and the staff at Fry Dental Group, with offices on Green Street in Marietta and 5th Street in Beverly. Go get 'em, Tigers, from the Fry Dental Group.
Johnny Wharf in a spotlight interview with Doak Markley. I always like to ask, for somebody that played at a high level, you didn't take any seasons off when you're in football, basketball, and track. There's no seasons off, and I like to ask, man, when it stops, which for most people, Doak, it does after high school. We know that, but for you, you talked a little bit about how you kept the groove going on the football field at Miami, but more so, talk about what your passion was and how, that led to, 3 state championships and, Wilbur Williamstown and obviously being a track official and all these things that kept you close to the game.
You grow up with it, but the relationships you can develop, there's a team thing. And even, I don't care whether it's track or whatever, there's still a team factor there. But the relationships you get to forge with people and then try to express, what you learned from it and help them, move on.
When you look at those state playoffs and state championship games, and you did it as a head coach in football at Williamstown, as a head coach in track as well, do you coach those things relatively the same way from a leadership standpoint?
Well, obviously with football, you've got to get everybody, the line, the receivers, the backs, everything working together, where there's a lot more individuality in the track and field, but you still have your relay races and so forth. But trying to get them to set a goal and become who they can become. And I think that's what's so rewarding. While I was at Williamstown, I started a local pole vault camp because I'd gotten to work some camps around. And I'm so thrilled. Last summer I came up because 2 of my ex-vaulters, Jason Buttrey and Andy Fenton, they're continuing that camp, and it's, into its second decade. And that's as much rewarding to see the growth, but then something continue.
Again, perfect transition. You can tell you're a coach into what my next thought is. And my final thought, because I've already talked longer than I told you I would, which is kind of typical probably when we get together. But pole vault, where does that come from? I mean, it's the craziest thought that somebody would not only do it at Marietta, that then would take it on and develop it into a coaching career, into the gravity as a myth thing, the camp that you founded. So how did that happen?
Well, I'll blame my friend Ben Cogswell. He was a pole vaulter. We really didn't, Coach Aniston's worked with it some, but we didn't have a specific pole vault coach. And I threw mainly shot and disc. And he came over and taught me how to do it so I could watch him and give him some feedback. And basically it became an addiction from there. It's, like I said, it's a crazy event. And I guess the uniqueness of it is part of the allure also. But again, I was able to be very successful with it.
All right. When's the last time you launched yourself over a bar?
Me would have been about 84 or something, just messing around. The body wouldn't last very long trying to do that now.
I love it. Doak Markley is our guest, class of 1970. On a personal note, I have never one time run into you when you didn't have a smile on your face. I appreciate that. Congratulations on the Hall of Fame induction. Can't wait to see you in October, if not before.
I'm honored, and I look forward to it myself.
Shop Apex True Value for great bargains of the month. Looking for a waterproof sealant for your windows, doors, and trim? Then grab a DAP 10.1 ounce, white or clear, Dynaflex Premium Elastomeric Sealant for just $4.99. And keep your chainsaw running smoothly with a Super S 1-quart bar and chain oil for only $3.99. Get these bargains of the month and more while supplies last at Apex True Value, 7th and Green Streets in Marietta.
Your heart is the engine that keeps your body running. When something isn't quite right, it can throw your entire life out of rhythm. By choosing Memorial Health System for your heart care, you're choosing a team that understands how important it is that your life runs smoothly. From advanced diagnostics and minimally invasive procedures to complex open heart surgery and lifelong heart health support, our team is here to help you live confidently and never miss a beat. Learn more at mhsystem.org/itmatters.
People's Bank Student Checking Account is designed for teens and college students. The special account allows for experience managing a checking account with a highly rated mobile banking app, along with a People's Bank Debit MasterCard for purchases and ATM use. It also offers options for direct deposit and mobile check deposit. Visit your nearest People's Bank location or learn more at peebo.com. People's Bank, working together, building success for now and for the future. Member FDIC.
At Miller Home Services, we're not just another HVAC company. We're your local experts right here in your community, offering exceptional customer service with every call. Whether it's a new system or a routine maintenance check, we make sure you're comfortable every step of the way. Thinking of going with a different company? Call us first for a price quote. You might be surprised how much you can save. Miller Home Services, local, professional, and always here for you. Call us at 740-896-5035 or visit us at millerhs.com.
And we're back in Yorksville. It is halftime, and as the Mustangs band finishes their set, Sean Jones and Billy Parks here to look at some first half statistics, and it's brought to you by the Mannix Allen Group in Merrill, located at 294 downtown Marietta. At Merrill, they understand the values and ideals of our community, and they can develop a customized financial strategy designed to help you pursue what's most important to you. Merrill Lynch, Pierce, Finner & Smith Incorporated, registered broker-dealer, registered investment advisor, member SIPC, and wholly owned subsidiary of Bank of America Corporation. Call Bill Mannix, Mackenzie Allen, and Sandra Crosby at 740-568-7860 and arrange an appointment to review your investment game plan. And Not a whole lot of big numbers for the Tigers offense.
No, it really hasn't been. Obviously, everything has been on the ground so far here tonight for the Tigers. Leading rusher tonight for the Tigers so far at half is Will Tornes. He's got 25 yards. Then behind him, Kobe Alexander, 17. Owen Riley's chipped in with 13 yards. Also, McVay from the quarterback spot's got 11. And Brandon Fry chipping in with 6 as well. And I think there was another 7-yard, carry there by Zach Carver, who was the big guy they brought in the fullback and hand to him, let him stumble. But all in all, 79 total yards for the Tigers in the first half. So a rather stagnant offense defensively, though. Some big plays, a forced fumble recovery. They're doing the things they need to defensively to try to bolster these offensive stats, but they're just not there.
Yeah, they're not there, and it's been a couple of touchdowns for the Mustangs, and that gets us to where we are right now at 12-0 at the half. Hey, let's take a look at some of these scores from around the area, and over on the sister station, Jaws 100.9. Right now, Fort Fry up in the rivalry game, 21-0 at the half. So Waterford, I know, coming in with a head of steam into this one and some confidence, but Fort Fry looking to maintain their dominance in that rivalry series. Elsewhere around the area tonight, Belpre down 36-0 to Oak Glen at the half. That Oak Glen team, of course, took care of business against St. Mary's last week. They look pretty strong. Southern up big over Franklin Furnace Green, 46-0 at the half. There, River up 21-0 over Magnolia. Shady Side, a 7-6 lead, second quarter score there as they lead the Frontier Cougars. Eastern up big, 50-0 over Federal Hawking. 28-0 Caldwell over Monroe Central. That's the second quarter score. Trimble a 14-0 lead over Weston in the second. Meggs leads Fenton County 22-6 in the second quarter. Tri-Valley up 21-0 at the half over the Morgan Raiders, and Athens all over Alexander 49-0 at the half. You mentioned Williamstown down to Wheeling Central Catholic, correct?
Yeah, down to Wheeling Central Catholic, who was a Wheeling Central Catholic team that it took one last week on the chin to Fort Fry. So it's, it kind of see how those, different teams, local teams that have historically had some history there of some pretty good football teams. Williamstown may be on that rebuild right now, but nevertheless.
Yeah, it's that is a look around the area. We're going to take a look at one more commercial break and then come back. Second half action just around the corner here at Claymont Stadium. You're on the voice of the Tigers.
People's Bank Student Checking Account is designed for teens and college students. The special account allows for experience managing a checking account with a highly rated mobile banking app, along with a People's Bank Debit MasterCard for purchases and ATM use. It also offers options for direct deposit and mobile check deposit. Visit your nearest People's Bank location or learn more at peebo.com. People's Bank, working together, building success for now and for the future. Member FDIC.
Shop Apex True Value for great bargains of the month. Refresh your home with Easy Care's 1 gallon bright white flat latex ceiling paint for $24.99. Ready to upgrade your yard work tools? Check out Fiskars Telescoping Bypass Lopper for only $22.99. And pick up her warmers, 32-ounce instant mold and mildew stain remover for just $4.99. Get these bargains of the month while they last at Apex True Value, 7th and Green Streets in Marietta.
Well, we're back here at Claymont Stadium. 1 half to play. Claymont leads Marietta 12-0. They will receive the second half kickoff. Sean Jones and Billy Parks here along with you. Jack Weil as well, keeping us up to date on the numbers and statistics, and we are getting ready for a second half kickoff. Owen Riley's going to tee this one up.
He plays every other position. You might as well just let him kick too.
I think he drives the bus home afterwards. I think he might even be the team's insurance agent somehow. He's going to kick this one away. It's not a great kick, but it might be fairly efficient. It's going to be picked up at the 30-yard line or thereabouts and advance to about the 35-yard line. So not much of a return, nothing special on that end-over-end kick that
Whoa, football's flying everywhere here. One about come through the press box window, but it's kind of funny, though, as a return man. You kind of don't like it when somebody's out there kicking the ball that doesn't usually kick it because it's not going to be a conventional return. The ball is going to be somewhere you don't typically expect it. It's going to be squirting around and bouncing around. It's a lot of times a lot harder to field those kicks.
We've got closed windows here, but I tell you what, Jack is in the line of fire. Should one of the outfielders from what I'm going to assume is the youth softball squad here throwing footballs. And there's a handoff to start the third quarter. It's going to go up the gut. That is going to be, looks like number 6 for the Mustangs. That is Dravon Searcy getting his first carry of the third quarter. He had some big plays on the drive that set up a touchdown for big number 49 Braden Hewlin in the first quarter. However, he did have that costly fumble that gave the ball back to Marietta and stopped a potential scoring drive. Here we go, 2nd and 9 now for the Mustangs. Golick is going to hand it back to Searcy. He goes down immediately. He might have lost a yard. Looks like he will. Back to the original line of scrimmage.
Well, how about Will Tornes coming out of that linebacker spot on that far side? Sean just shot out of a cannon. A great job getting through the line and penetration. Drops the man for a loss with Searcy. So now 3rd down and long as the Claymont Mustangs playing behind the sticks on their first drive of the second half.
Yeah, so the Tigers defense coming out of the locker room with a nice start here. 3rd down and a little over 10. It's going to be Golick in the shotgun. 2 receivers to each side of the field. He looks to the right side. He has got a man that he was looking for. That down the sideline was Mason Bailey, but pass tipped. I think that was Riker Jabot.
Yeah, that's who it was, number 4, Riker Jabot. Freshman out there. Great job. I almost thought he got caught kind of looking in the backfield there, but a great job recovering, making his way back to the wide receiver, getting up high, pointing the ball, smacking it away. So 4th down, Claymont. The Mustangs going to have to go out here and punt. Looks like number 22 for the Tigers. Will Tornes back deep to the return.
Here's the kick. It's going to bounce at about the 45-yard line. Take a Mustangs bounce down to the 24.
Big old bounce.
I would say, wow.
45-yard kick. Big old bounce.
Yeah.
Big old bounce, but nevertheless, great job by the Tigers right there. Defensively coming out, getting that stop, and not allowing the Mustangs to extend that, what is already a 2-score lead. The Tigers defense, again, standing strong, going to give themselves an opportunity to try to climb back into this thing here in the third quarter. 10-18 to go in the third quarter. The Tigers trail 12-0, but just take the ball back for their first possession of this second half, and they'll have it on their own 25.
Bang the shotgun. 3 wide receivers to the short field on the right, and it's going to be a handoff up the middle, and that is going to be a first down run for Braden Fry. He's going to get about a gain of 12 yards on this play, and the chains move immediately, so things momentum-wise, as that's going to go for about a gain of
great job
there, as that's going to be moved all the way out to the 38-yard line. Call it the 37, I suppose, on the scoreboard here. Marietta, as they're going to go with a 4-wide set, 2 to each side. Shotgun snap. It's going to be another handoff, and not as much success on this one. Back to the line of scrimmage, a little extracurricular pushing after the play, and that was going to be another handoff. That was Fry once again.
Fry with a gain of 1 yard.
Give him a gain of 1, as you might have heard there here from a pretty well-attended Claymont Stadium here. They had their youth involvement night. They were honoring their youth participants in football and cheerleading.
Must be neon night, too, for the student section. A good student section at that on the far end zone there.
Yeah, I like their end zone seating that they have, and that's really been great for their students. It's going to be Tornes taking a handoff, plunging ahead for, well, they're going to give him a gain of 1 yard, and again, I'm not going to punch a gift horse in the mouth.
Yeah, just 1 yard on that. Now 3rd down and long for the Tigers. And looks like they'll spot the nose of that football at the Tiger 40-yard line. So see what the Tigers come up with here now on 3rd down and what could possibly be another obvious passing situation. But, yeah, the Tigers just haven't been able to find that big chunk play yet, Sean.
No, they really haven't had a whole lot of success through the air as well, as McVay's been chased around a lot. There's going to be another false start against the Tigers. They're going to back it up, so this is going to go back to a 3rd down and 13 now.
Yeah, I think they're going to get Tornes on that on the far side. I think he was just trying to get off the ball. He was just trying to beat his man off the ball, and just got kind of caught up in the excitement there a little bit, jumped offside. So, yeah, 3rd down and long here for the Tigers. What was already a 3rd and difficult has now become a 3rd and even worse.
Nearly 4 minutes off the clock here in the 3rd quarter. 8:08 to go. Tigers trail 12-0. It's going to be a direct snap to Riley. He's going to go ahead over the right side for about 3 yards. Ball pops out. Brown shirts pointing their direction. Let's see what they rule on the field. Crowd, obviously, if this is Claymont ball, is going to be pretty loud right in front of us here. They're going to call it Tiger ball. 4th, and this is going to be about 4th and 8.
Yeah, looks like about 4th and 8. So decision time here for the Tigers once again. Kind of in no man's land out there around midfield, and it's one of those things where if you turn the ball over here on downs, you've given a Mustangs team pretty good field position. So it looks like Owen Riley's going to come out to kick it away.
And of course, he had that fake punt that he ran for a 1st down earlier. That is going to be a nice punt. It's going to take a Tiger roll, and for the 3rd time tonight, the Mustangs are going to start inside their own 5-yard line. This is all the way down to, it looked like, the 2. They're going to put it at the 3, let's call it, as nice job there by Riley to pin them deep.
Had a 57-yard punt right there. That was a very nice punt. A lot of it was bounced, but I tell you what, you take it how you can get it.
Yeah, that was a rocket of a kick. It wasn't the highest kick, but not one that Wolf was going to be able to field. Of course, he had a pretty nice return earlier. And now Claymont, who, remember, first couple of drives started with their backs against their own end zone like this, and the Tigers forced them off the field with a 3-and-out on the first of those. Nearly had a safety as well. So there's a direct snap. It is going to go for a 1st down, a gain of 11 yards to the far side of the field on McMorrow.
Yeah, I think that was just like a snap the ball, follow Moose left.
Yeah.
And I think that's exactly what it was. Just follow the big man and let him create a hole for you. Good job there to move the football and give themselves a little bit of breathing room back there as they move it out to about the 15-yard line and a fresh set of downs.
Claymont up 12-0 now. 6:41 on the clock as 2 backs to each side of McMorrow. He's going to take it and hand it off to Searcy, who goes up the gut for about a gain of 4, close to 5 on 1st down.
Job just getting through a couple arm tackles right there. That was pretty decent penetration it seemed from that Tiger front, but Searcy just made a couple guys miss, was able to pick up a long 3 on the play, but he ran right into Teddy Bauer. A good job coming up to the stop.
Both Searcy and Mullen off the field. This would appear to be a passing down as the Mustangs go 5 wide now. They're going to get the ball out to, that is a ball that's going to be fumbled and recovered by the Tigers. That was Jackson Jinks who made the reception. That ball was knocked out, and they're going to call it Tigers ball. Jinks had the 1st down out over the 35-yard line on the catch and run, and then was being tripped up near the sideline.
And I think it was number 14, Owen Riley, who got a good punch in at the football and literally punched the ball to the ground, when the ball popped up from the ground, it was right in the arms of number 15, Kobe Alexander, but he had to tiptoe on the sidelines, almost like he was catching a ball on the sidelines. Tiptoes keeps him in, and a great job. Again, Tiger defense standing strong.
Third forced turnover of the night, and what a play. Alexander now gets the carry. He takes it up the middle. He has got enough for a Tiger first down. Tough carry as he's going to take this one over the 25-yard line, deeper, I should say, into Mustangs territory.
First down.
Great run there by Kobe, just a strong run. He's obviously a strong kid, but able to get his pad level down and just keep his forward momentum going and just driving his legs. So the Tigers trying to get one rolling.
It's an opportunistic Tigers defense, and let's see if this offense can finally make the most of one of the opportunities. The first down carry is going to go to Kobe Alexander. He's only going to get a 1-yard gain out of this, quickly bottled up by the entirety of the Mustangs defensive front. Looked like number 4 was getting up out of the pile there as well. Linebacker Ethan Fair coming up in on the stop. 2nd and 9 now for the Tigers. Over halfway through the third quarter, it has just flown by so far. 4:51 and counting. Tigers looking to finally break through and put some points on the board. McVay takes the snap. He's going to hand it off to Tornes. He's going to take it on the sweep. He's going to be met by about 3 brown jerseys. A flag comes in at the end of the play. It's going to be...
Yeah, I think they're going to get the Tigers on a hold on this near side as the Tigers just reach in there trying to get that outside leverage and create a wall for Tornes to get up the sidelines. Unfortunately, it was a hold, I think, that has kind of sprung him, if any.
Yeah, and I believe they got that. I think they called that on Jabot was what they signaled, number 4 there, so holding a receiver. So that's going to be a costly penalty. 2nd down and a country mile, a pass over the middle. That is caught. Owen Riley, who else goes up, makes the grab. That takes away the penalty yardage and then some. That's going to put the Tigers over the 20 at the 18-yard line. It's a big gain there.
Well, I tell you what, good play there by 14, and Owen Riley, a gutsy play. It takes some guts, takes some fortitude to go up over that in the middle like that and know that you're about to get hit by that safety in high-point football, but a great job keeping a hold of it.
Yeah, nice job, and now Riley is going to take the direct snap. He's going to look to throw this, and he's got maybe a man open somewhere, but that ball falls harmlessly incomplete into the turf around the 5-yard line, and that's going to bring up a 4th down and 6 for the Tigers with, I know, some troubles with the kicking game, some injuries. You would imagine they're probably keeping the offense here on the field, and especially at this point of the game, trailing by 2 scores. Again, 12-0 Claymont at this point, 3:44 remaining in what's been a fast-moving third quarter.
Tell you what, everybody in the stadium says, I think, look out for 14 on the slant right here, but see if they try to get him on a slant and go or something, try and catch that corner cheap.
Man in motion here, and a handoff is going to go right up the middle, and that's, I don't think, going to be enough. Braden Fry with the carry, and yeah, he's going to be short by about a yard. And
like a player down out there too.
Yeah, Tiger remains down. So we're going to take a quick timeout. We will be back. Tigers trail, and Mustangs about ready to take the ball back over deep in their own territory. You are listening to the voice of the Marietta Tigers.
When couples shop for flooring at Honest Fred's, we offer simple advice, and it's usually different for men than it is for women. Hi, this is Annie, and we tend to tell the ladies, take your time, take a sample home, make sure the color is just right. When it comes to the guys, we say, come in and take a look, and get whatever she thinks is best. Honestly, though, our best flooring ideas come from talking to our customers. We're really just here to help every step of the way.
Take a small drive to big savings. HonestFritz.com.
Hey everybody, it's Alexis White here, your financial friend from the Citizens Bank Company. Did you know that we have 4 convenient locations to serve you? We're in Belpre, Barlow, Marietta, and Beverly, but hey, if it suits you, check us out anytime at thecitizens.com, your virtual gateway to all things banking. We get it. Online and ATMs are cool, but have you ever experienced the joy of a warm welcome? Step into one of our branches and you'll see what we mean. First-class service on a first-name basis. The Citizens Bank Company, where banking feels personal because, well, it is.
It'll be 1st and 10, Claymont, as they enjoy a 12-0 lead here. 3:40 to go, third quarter. Handoff going to go right up the middle, and that's the big boy. They call him the Moose, Braden Mullen. Flag on the play. This might be another turnover as that ball came out as Mullen rumbled for a first down, a carry of about 15 yards. But at the end, they marked that as a live ball. There is the orange marker on the field. So is this another?
The near side referee already signaled Tiger football.
Tiger football. Yep, and there we go.
Wow.
We just got the explanation. So how about that? Marietta with their 4th forced turnover.
I didn't even see actually who came up with the football. It all happened so strangely. The ball came out and actually went probably 10 yards toward midfield. And it was weird as it was falling around. I could not figure out who ended up with it because there was a group of guys that came up and the ball was transferred to the referee before I could even see a number.
Yeah, celebrate a little. Let us know. Help us out in the booth. Surprised there wasn't a false start there, but that's going to be a handoff straight up the middle. That's going to be Zach Carver getting the carry. He had a carry earlier in the game as well. Big number 50 gets the ball. First man through the line gets about a gain of, well, they're going to call it a gain of 2. Looks fairly close to a gain of 3 from my vantage point. Here we go. Tigers once again with the ball in Mustang territory. It's at the 29-yard line right now. Tigers trail 12-0 as we hit the 3-minute mark of quarter 3. Hand off to Tornes. He's going to move left side of the line. Finally wrapped up after about a 5-yard gain. And on the tackle was Searcy for the Mustangs. 3rd down and manageable here. 3rd, and they're going to mark it about a long 2. Actually, about a standard, let's call it 2.
Well, you can't ask for a whole lot more than a 3rd and short like this. A great job by the Tigers setting themselves up to have an opportunity to extend this drive.
McVay under center. He takes the snap. Tornes gets the carry. He goes between the center and tackle, and I think this is going to bring up 4th down as he's going to come up about a yard, maybe a yard and change short. So here we go, another 4th down for the Marietta Tigers inside Claymont territory. They just came up about a yard or so short on their last possession. And
obviously a 4-down territory here for the Tigers as Tornes goes off and Kobe Alexander comes in that I formation.
Alexander is the deep man. He gets the carry. I think he has more than enough, and certainly with the spin at the end, he is going to get a Tiger first down. He's going to take this ahead to the 19-yard line.
Very physical run there from Kobe Alexander. Great job. It was just a run with attitude. He was not trying to avoid any defenders on that play. He was ready to go through them. A great job finding the sticks and getting over them.
Another handoff, and that's going to go to Alexander. He keeps rumbling up the middle, and finally it takes a leaping effort by Brody Cameron to take him down from behind, but not before a gain of 8. Alexander.
Claymont dialed up the blitz right there, and that was the detriment of them.
Yeah,
they ran right by the ball.
Here we go. It's a 2nd down and about 2 now for the Tigers. Ball on the 12-yard line. Claymont nearly jumped on that one. I think the Tigers, well, no, looked like maybe a timeout. Look to the sideline. Here we go. Alexander switches sides, now on the right side. He's going to get the handoff, spins out of one tackle, plunges ahead. He's going to be very close. Yeah, very close to this first down after that second effort. That was Kobe Alexander on the carry, so he has been fed pretty well on this drive.
We're also inside 25 seconds here in the third, so we'll see if the Tigers try to get another one off here before we get to the end of the third quarter.
Third quarter has just flown by. 15 to go now. Shotgun snap awaits. And here we go. McVeigh is chased around. He is going to take this one out of bounds near the down marker. It was Mueller with good pressure from behind. Missed a tackle in the backfield, but forced Riley to the sideline for little to no gain there. 2.8 seconds left as the clock stops. The second down and goal to go at the 9-yard line once again. Tigers still looking to break through, down 12-0 here.
Riley he was trying to find that edge. Man, he was stringing it out as far as he could possibly go, and obviously out of bounds to stop it. But second down for the Tigers here, still on about the 9-yard line. So nothing lost, nothing gained.
Shotgun snap to McVeigh. He's going to hand it off to Kobe Alexander, nearly tackled, keeps his balance and stumbles ahead. It was a nice second effort there as Alexander's going to get it ahead to nearly the 5-yard line as the third quarter ends. Tigers will have it there. It'll be about third and goal from the 5-yard line. When we return, you're listening to high school football on the voice of the Marietta Tigers, WMOA.
When we take a look at the statistics of tonight's game, a reminder that that's made possible by the Mannix Allen Group at Merrill, located at 294 Front Street in downtown Marietta. At Merrill, they understand the values and ideals of our community and can develop a customized financial strategy designed to help you pursue what's most important to you. Merrill Lynch, Pierce, Fenner & Smith Incorporated, registered broker-dealer, registered investment advisor, member SIPC, and a wholly owned subsidiary of Bank America Corporation. Go Tiger!
Hey, I'm an out-of-towner who likes to find good local pizza. Any suggestions?
Well, around these parts, you have to learn about the legend of the Smitty guy.
Smitty guy?
Yes, the story goes he roamed from town to town in search of the perfect pizza.
That's cool. I kind of want to be a Smitty girl. Off to save the world one Smitty pizza at a time.
Easy there, sister. I got you. You are officially a Smitty girl. You're in luck because the consistent taste of Smitty's pizza is in 5 locations: Marietta, Reno, Belpre, Lowell, and Barlow.
Smitty's Pizza. Have you had one lately?
Well, as the fourth quarter begins, put 12 minutes on the clock. It's a 12-0 Claymont lead here. The Tigers, though, they're going to be set up with 6 yards to go. Third and goal at the Claymont 6. Tigers looking to put some points on the board. I formation. McVeigh with the snap. He's going to hand it off to Kobe Alexander, who's going to be met by a host of brown jerseys. Amongst them, that was Heston Cranmer in.
Yeah, they were totally selling out on the run right there. Absolutely selling out on the run. Snapping the ball, everybody took off to the backfield.
Yep, absolutely. You know, I'm surprised the Tigers haven't tried to hard count them because it seems like they are really trying to fire off, especially from the linebacker position as well. Those guys coming on the blitz are getting right up in there. I thought they've had a couple of times where they were probably lucky to not get a flag on the play. 3 wide receivers, 2 to the right. A man in motion now on fourth down at the 6-yard line. Immediately under pressure, throwing to the end zone. There's a flag comes in as the ball is incomplete in the end zone. Pass intended for Riley. It's going to be a pass interference.
Boy, that's going to be a first down, too, on a huge play. Looks like there's a Mustang down in the Tiger backfield. But if that's a pass interference, that's a fresh set of downs for the Tigers inside the 5.
Yeah, I think it's going to be. That's what the back official made the call, and half the distance. Wow, the goal. So we've seen both teams now commit a pass interference in or near the end zone. So the Tigers now are going to get a first down out of this. The ball is going to be placed on
Wait, is it? There's still 4th down?
No, this should be why. Well, either way, it's going to be a pass out to the right, complete to Alexander. I guess that's not a first down. It's going to be now a turnover on downs for the Tigers. Pass complete, 3 yards maybe, if that, to.
What? I feel like I missed something.
I did too, but how was that not a.
Because if that's the case, then why would you not hold somebody in the end zone every time?
Right.
In that situation.
Absolutely.
You know? Like, it's.
Absolute. Maybe.
Huh. Interesting enough. Nevertheless, Tigers, fail to capitalize again offensively, cannot move the football, can't put points on the board. Makes it kind of hard to win a football game. They have to figure something out offensively to get some production out of this Tiger offense, because this Tiger defense is way too good to not be able to complement that.
Yeah, absolutely. The Tigers now they forced 4 turnovers. They're going to drive Searcy back towards the goal line, and he is going to lose at least a couple here, as he was finally melted into the turf around the goal line, but we're going to give him a forward progress that only sees him lose about 2 yards. So once again, Claymont is dangerously close to their own end zone. The ball's going to be just ahead of the 5-yard line here, as we're at 10:20 remaining in the 4th quarter. Claymont leading Marietta 12-0. 5 wide receivers for the Mustangs. Quick pass, that is deflected and incomplete. Braden Plogger gets his hands up and shoots that ball up into the air.
Great job just getting into that passing lane, just reading the eyes of the quarterback, knowing that you're not going to make it there physically to the quarterback, but you have to disrupt the pass. And good job getting that big ball up in the air and getting it in the way.
10:09 to go here. And if I could at any point ask for a defensive touchdown, this would be it right here. 3rd down and 12. Golick throws over the middle. He's got a man, and that's going to be caught for a first down out near the 30-yard line. Number 7.
Wayne Golick got extra time back there from a big hole on the backside. There was Tigers bearing down into the end zone, but the Mustangs get away with one.
McGar with the catch. Quickly they snap it again. Golick looking to throw and out to the flat. That is going to be caught by number 11, Dawson Matzel. He has a couple of receptions now. He gets shoved out of bounds. Clock continues to roll at the 9:35 mark here in quarter number 4. So Tigers defense, which has forced 4 turnovers tonight. 2nd and 4 now, Mustangs. Golick looking to throw once again. He's going to step up and run. He's got the first down, slides after crossing the chains.
Good read right there by Golick. There's nowhere to go downfield. It's pretty good coverage by the Tigers. So Golick just tucks it and runs, knows where the sticks are, and is able to get there and move them. First down now for the Mustangs, all on their own 43.
Golick looks over the middle. That ball maybe a little bit too much mustard on it for McGar that time.
Yeah, I tell you, it's probably a good thing that he threw it with that much velocity and it got through, because after it was tipped, there were some white jerseys around there that may have had a chance to get to that football, but it was just thrown so hard. It skipped out of there pretty quick.
Tigers defense has got to be plus in the turnover category in the season long statistics, but no points to show for any of that tonight. That's going to be a pass out. Short pass to the right side. That's going to go to Mason Bailey. A catch and run gain of 4 yards on the play. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 6. Ball nearing midfield. It's at the Claymont 46-yard line right now. 8:50 remaining Clock stopped here in Uricksville.
It's kind of surprising to see Claymont just throwing the football as much as they are this late.
Yeah, and here again, back to throw and in trouble, but finds a man wide open. That is Bailey down inside the 15. He's going to take it all the way down near the 5-yard line. And
boy, all the time in the world back there to throw the football. He's just going through his progression one by one by one. Finally finds a guy that just kind of squirted out over the top, and they were able to take the top off the defense for another big play for Claymont. So looks like first and goal now is going to be what it is inside the 10. They're spotted at the 7.
Yeah, what a big play down the field there as Mason Bailey comes up with a massive play. Nearly a 50-yard catch, and that might be another fumble. It is. How about that? The Tigers defense.
Unbelievable. That ball came out again. The Tigers defense going to come up with another turnover inside the 5. Unbelievable.
I believe that was Searcy again who put the ball on the ground. And, yeah, if there was any question, it definitely, as he comes out of there with the hands on the head, his second fumble of the night. The Tigers, again, have forced 5 turnovers. Now, they face a very long field in a dangerous situation as they take over with the ball on their own 4-yard line. Big formation here, and McVeigh under center. He's going to take it, hand it off. That's Tornes. He breaks a couple of tackles. He is still moving. He's got a first down and then some. Down the sideline to 25. There's a late hit. Flag comes in at the end. Under 8 minutes to go. 7:58 mark here in the fourth quarter. Tigers with a big play from Will Tornes. He's going to get a big gain plus an additional 15, I'm assuming, here. They're going to mark that from the 23, so we should
tell you what. Credit to the Tigers. Yeah, it's going to be a 15-yard penalty. Credit to the Tigers right there for not losing their head. That was not just a late hit. That was a very, very late hit. The ball carrier was almost beyond the white bar on the sidelines when he got taken down, and almost first contact at that point. So good job by the Tigers not to lose it there.
Absolutely. And now back to pass, looking over the middle. 2 Mustangs collide as that pass intended for Riley is going to go between their hands. And, oh, man, that is friendly fire as 15. Jackson Jenks, their safety and big tight end target. He had a collision with Miles Wolf. Both going for that ball, and
boy, I tell you what, McVeigh just tried to thread the needle right there. He was trying to thread the needle between those 2 defenders to get to Owen Riley. The ball actually made it through the 2 defenders. Riley had a chance of getting that football. I just think he was surprised it got through what it did. I mean, unfortunately for the Mustangs, 2 of their secondary guys just took each other out.
If he would have came up with that ball somehow, that would have easily went for a touchdown, as there was no one else around. And now Claymont coach Buddy White is giving an official an earful here as she's asking him, "Sir, will you please get off the field?"
Yeah, he's not a player playing football, so she's right. He needs to get off the field.
Yeah, he makes his way to the sideline, and here we go. It is a second down now for the Tigers. Looking over the middle and finding Owen Riley is McVeigh. That's going to be a first down, Marietta across midfield.
Nice ball right there by McVeigh. A 3-step drop, just a really good route as well by Owen Riley. Crisp route. It was just timing, and he was on the money right there, frozen rope.
First down, Tigers, and a whistle and a timeout, Mustangs. 7:28 to go here in the fourth quarter. Tigers trailing 12-0, but driving. We'll be back after this on the Voice of the Tigers.
When you're looking for a new home, why not seek the counsel of a real estate agency that folks have trusted in the Mid-Ohio Valley for more than 65 years? This is Steve McCarthy from McCarthy Real Estate. We know the housing market inside and out. You couldn't find a better time to list your home. List it with me and I'll do the rest. Finding comparable appraisals in the area, information on schools, neighborhoods, and setting the right price. We know the real estate market like the back of our hand and will gladly hold yours through this process. See listings at MariettaRealEstate.com.
Shop Apex True Value for great bargains of the month. Looking for a waterproof sealant for your windows, doors, and trim? Then grab a DAP 10.1 ounce, white or clear, Dynaflex Premium Elastomeric Sealant for just $4.99. And keep your chainsaw running smoothly with a Super S 1 quart bar and chain oil for only $3.99. Get these bargains of the month and more while supplies last at Apex True Value, 7th and Green Streets in Marietta.
1st and 10, McVeigh takes the snap. He's going to find Tornes, who hauls it in for a reception. Clock's going to continue to run after a short catch. It's going to be about a gain of 3, maybe 4, as the Tigers, with 7 minutes and 13 seconds left on the clock, need to find some offense here.
Yeah, the clock is running. Tornes did not make it out of bounds, so it's going to go under 7 here by the time they get this snap off. So 2 scores. They're running out of opportunities here, Sean.
Tigers have forced 5 turnovers, have scored no points, and after a shotgun snap, McVeigh is going to be quickly surrounded and sacked. That's going to lose all of those yards from the Tornes catch, plus 1, 3rd down and 11 upcoming now for the Tigers. Ball back at the 48-yard line of Claymont. And not enough hurry up here, I think, from the Tigers offense. Clock winding down. Man in motion here for the Tigers. Looking for Riley, and that should probably be a flag from the backside. Absolutely. So the second pass interference call.
Yeah, I tell you what, it may have been somewhat uncatchable, but at the same time, you can't determine that. He is a very tall wide receiver with a lot of jump. And nevertheless, you can't have that. You can't have that contact, period.
Yeah, exactly. And that was way too much. Yeah, I mean, and even before, you could even say maybe that ball was being thrown. Now, this is going to put the Tigers now the ball at the 34-yard line of Claymont. Here we go, 6:13 remaining. McVeigh takes the snap, completes the pass. That's going to be Logan Boyd hauling it in, his first reception of the night. Unfortunately, that's going to get back to the line of scrimmage, and that is all for.
I don't disagree with the call play right now, or the play call, because the defense is selling out. They're blitzing so hard right now.
Yep,
Tigers just trying to find something on the backside.
Yeah, absolutely, and a catch and run opportunity somewhere. There's Boyd again. He gets the ball, he catches it, and he fumbles it. That is going to be a turnover, and Claymont comes up with the ball. If I'm not mistaken, maybe a little bit of good karma. Was that Searcy who recovered it? It appeared it was.
Yeah, tough break right there for the Tigers as they were finally moving the ball. All it be a big penalty. They kept that going, but, man, they were finally starting to move the football a little bit offensively. And here we go. We give it back again now. Lean on your defense one more time, as this Tiger defense has just played a great football game tonight. And it's so disheartening to see the offense just struggle that badly. But it's a new offense. They're still learning this spread offense. I mean, it's a team that was just pound the football for 3 years,
right?
And now, now they're having to go at it a whole different way.
Direct snap. That is going to be the Swiss Army man, Nolan McMorrow, getting the handoff, taking the ball across the 35 out to the 38-yard line. A gain of 9 and 5 1:20 remaining here in the fourth quarter. That was a real gut punch momentum-wise for the Tigers there.
Yeah, you can kind of just feel it.
Yep.
All just kind of drain out. And you start to see this Claymont team on this home side. You're moving around and feeling a little more confident about the end of this.
And here they go. It is a carry for McMorrow, and that ball nearly popped out.
Great job there by Plogger. Man, Braden Plogger just storming through the defense, and we haven't had an opportunity for a sack of the game here tonight, but that was a pretty good play behind the line there for a huge tackle for loss by number 20.
Yeah, he has been hunting down brown jerseys in the backfield, maybe not statistically always successful, as he's had a couple of near misses, let's call it, on sacks, but a couple of tackles for loss, and here we go. It's going to be a third down and short. That pass, a quick out to Jinx. I don't think he's going to get it. They will give it to him. Yeah, wow.
Very favorable. They're gonna Merry Christmas. They're gonna give him a first down, I believe.
You know what? I'm going to say this. They have been quite consistent on erring toward the side of the offense.
They have. It's been an offensive call.
Yep. Generally, if there's any doubt, it has been, and consistently, if there's been any kind of doubt near the markers, as we see them start to move here, it's went the offense's way, and I would even say, on the whole tonight, I would say they've probably been a little bit more friendly to the offensive coordinators' point of view.
What's made those plays, those close measurements so much more interesting is the amount of time that the referees have allowed those plays to play out.
Yeah.
When that rugby scrum starts, they've let them push back and forth a little bit, almost a bit of a tug of war to establish supremacy on that line. And I kind of like that in a physical football game.
Well, and this Tigers defense as well knows that's a great opportunity to pick up a turnover. And here's McMorrow with a direct snap carry. He's going to get about 5 yards on a first down. And Claymont now approaching midfield. You got the ball on their own 44-yard line as we go under 4 minutes to play.
Yeah, 4 minutes to go under that, and just you get the sense we're running out of time for this Tiger football team to be able to put up 2 scores in a game where they've struggled so mightily to move the football.
How about a strip sack? Well, we'll take no gain, maybe a gain of 1 here on second down. They are letting this play go. Oh, my goodness gracious.
Yeah, I don't. It's kind of strange. I mean, it is very rugby looking.
It is a uniquely long time before they blow any of these dead. Timeout now, Marietta, with 3:16 remaining. We'll take a break as well as Tigers drop 12-0 to Claymont here on the road. You're on the voice of the Tigers.
People's Bank Student Checking Account is designed for teens and college students. The special account allows for experience managing a checking account with a highly rated mobile banking app, along with a People's Bank Debit MasterCard for purchases and ATM use. It also offers options for direct deposit and mobile check deposit. Visit your nearest People's Bank location or learn more at peebo.com. People's Bank, working together, building success for now and for the future. Member FDIC.
Back in Claymont here, discussing the virtues of potentially punting on first downs with our producer Derek Jones back in the studio. If he's not keeping us on air, he's dreaming up the future of football minute by minute and generally winning our fantasy league as well. That's enough flattery for him back there as Claymont Mustangs face a second down and 4 now. Approaching midfield, there's a tackle for a loss. Searcy dropped as soon as he gets the ball by Zach Carver.
I'll tell you what, Zach Carver's had himself a pretty good football game.
Yeah.
Tonight. And defensively, he's been all over the place. He's chipped in offensively to try to give some relief and try and create some spark on the offensive side of the ball. Just a very physical kid, and he's a junior. Kid's going to be back next year. We would expect big things out of Zach Carver his senior year, but tonight he's having himself a ball game. Had the forced fumble earlier, and now it's going to be Golick back to throw. He steps up. Wow, was he not in front of the line of scrimmage? That's going to fall incomplete either way. That's yeah. Nevertheless, fourth down here. It'll be fourth down, and the clock did stop. So I guess if you're a Tigers fan, that all is well that ends well. All you could really ask for was, I don't know, another interception and a defensive score. And we'll go to Magical Christmas Land winning if we have the opportunity. It's going to be a punt now for Claymont. Their do-it-all senior Nolan McMorrow back to punt it away again. And this one fairly high. This one nearly hit a Tiger. Thankfully it didn't. It's going to take a Mustang roll all the way down to the 15-yard line where it's going to be downed right there. And Tigers with 85 yards to go if they're going to find a touchdown here tonight, or at least on this drive. They've only got 2 minutes and 19 seconds left to end this shutout bid. Stranger things have happened out there as Tigers still looking to make something happen offensively. They went up against a pretty good Claymont defense here tonight. Of course, team last week that held an opponent to just 6. Matter of fact, I want to say in 3 of their 4 games now, they would have held a team to under 14 or less. They're going to get the Tigers on a false start here again. Yep. And I think all of these false starts tonight offensively have been from the wide receiver corps. I think you're right. I don't think there have been any flagged on the linemen. It's been some timing issues. I think we saw one on the man in motion having some issues, some learning curve, some wrinkles here as they try to learn the spread offense. Pass down the field and in and out of the hands of the intended receiver, Will Tornes, as he took a pretty good lick there from Devon Searcy as he was trying to haul in that pass. He's well defended. I mean, well defended. There was guys all around Tornes. He had an opportunity to catch the ball because it was a very well-thrown ball by McVeigh. He put it on the money. Only Tornes had the opportunity to catch it. It was up to the Mustangs to knock it out or separate the man from the football. That's what they did.
We're wide for the Tigers here on second down. McVeigh out. He's going to find a man, and that's going to be, again, Logan Boyd with his third reception here. He's going to get ahead of the sticks where the original line of scrimmage was. Nope, that's going to make it a third down and about 8 to go here as we roll at 1 minute and 45 seconds remaining, fourth quarter. That's going to be a pass out to Riker Jabot from.
Great job there by Riker, just getting his hand out and tipping that ball back to himself, and all while not losing a step. He did it all in stride, was able to make something out of nothing there. There wasn't a whole lot of room, but he picked up positive yards. But fourth down for the Tigers.
Yeah, here we go. This would be the ball game if they don't get it, and that will be the ball game as Owen Riley is overthrown. He would have had more than enough for the first down, but that's going to give Claymont the ball back. 1 minute and 6 left, and only one Tiger timeout remaining. That's not going to be enough to force a punt, so the Tigers staring down an 0-4 record to start the season, still looking for win number 1 here under Mike Kuffner, and it's a shame because we have seen their defense have some really strong performances here through 4 weeks of the season, forcing 5 turnovers tonight.
Yeah, it's just man, you really hate it for these kids. You hate it for these seniors.
Absolutely is.
Man, an 0-4 start is just not obviously where you want to be.
Especially after last year, as that's going to be a big tackle for a loss. Nice hit on Searcy by Kobe Alexander coming into the backfield. Loss of a yard, maybe even 2 there, as Claymont is just going to let this play clock roll all the way down. 44 seconds.
Well, you got to think what has to sting more than anything with the how stagnant this offense is how high powered this offense had been in the last couple of seasons. You go back 2 seasons ago where they had 2,000-yard backs, 1,000-yard passer, and another 1,000-yard back last year. I mean, an offense that had been rolling for a couple of years. With the coaching turnover and the different change in philosophy, these kids are just still trying to figure that spread out.
Yes, they are, and they're going to fall 12-0 here tonight on the road. Claymont, meanwhile, the Mustangs are going to improve to 3-1 on the season, and as a D5 team, they're going to pick up some points here. Of course, a nice win over a bigger school opponent in Marietta, so as Coach Buddy White and his Mustangs try to lock up a playoff berth potentially there in Region 17. This one could be a big one on their resume down the stretch. And, of course, we're not quite at the halfway mark yet for the Tigers, but it has certainly been a frustrating season so far. Still time to get some wins on the board and obviously maybe even play spoiler to some other team seasons. Hey, we're going to take one final quick break here, total some statistics up to give you, and have some final thoughts as the Tigers fall tonight 12-0 to the Claymont Mustangs here in Yerkesville. You are on the voice of the Marietta Tigers.
Hey everybody, it's Alexis White here, your financial friend from the Citizens Bank Company. Did you know that we have 4 convenient locations to serve you? We're in Belpre, Barlow, Marietta, and Beverly, but hey, if it suits you, check us out anytime at thecitizens.com, your virtual gateway to all things banking. We get it. Online and ATMs are cool, but have you ever experienced the joy of a warm welcome? Step into one of our branches and you'll see what we mean. First-class service on a first-name basis. The Citizens Bank Company, where banking feels personal because, well, it is.
Do you live with AFib that isn't caused by a heart valve problem and struggle with your blood thinner medications? Are you at high risk of stroke and looking for a different treatment option? At Memorial Health System, we're proud to be the region's leading provider of the Watchman device, a small implant that seals off the area of the heart where blood clots most commonly form. It's a one-time, minimally invasive procedure that reduces your risk of stroke, may eliminate your need for long-term blood thinners, and gets you back to doing what you love most. Learn more at mhssystem.org/itmatters.
The Fry Dental Group is a longtime sponsor of the Marietta High School Tiger Big Drill, player of the game. Not just a player, could be a play, could be a fan in the stands, could be a cheerleader, it could be you. Tune in to WMOA for every Tiger broadcast and listen close for the Marietta High School Tiger Fry Dental Group Big Drill, player of the game, brought to you by Dr. Brett Fry, Dr. Amanda Boggs, and the staff at Fry Dental Group.
And we're back here at Claymont Stadium, and a 12-0 win tonight for the Mustangs over our Marietta Tigers. And as we begin to take a look at some of the statistics and numbers from tonight, the Mannix Allen Group at Merrill, located at 294 Front Street in downtown Marietta, helps us make that possible. And at Merrill, they know that just like in tonight's game, there's a strategy, a game plan, and a hopeful outcome. Same should hold true for your investments, retirement, and financial future. Call Bill Mannix, Mackenzie Allens, and Sandra Crosby at 740-568-7860 for an appointment to discuss your financial goals. Merrill Lynch, Pierce, Finner & Smith Incorporated, registered dealer, broker, investment advisor, member SIPC, and wholly owned subsidiary of Bank of America Corporation. And a big Go Tigers. I'm not sure that we had an actual recorded sack on the night for the Tigers.
No, I don't think we did either. I think we had a Plogger with a tackle for loss. I believe we had Carver, I believe, maybe had a few tackles for losses, but no sacks tonight. So we can give it to one of those big guys up front defensively who were able to.
I tell you what, I think Zach Carver is going to come away with the Sack of the Game award tonight for his effort. He had a few tackles for loss, also had that fumble as well in the second, or the forced fumble, I should say, in the second quarter. So Zach Carver, the 5'9" junior, is going to walk away with our Sack of the Game award tonight, and the Fry Dental Group Big Drill Player of the Game. We'll get to that here, as well as the Tigers will look to rebound next week as we look ahead here at the schedule. At home, as Whitehall rolls in from the Columbus area. Circleville, the opponent on the 26th. Tigers will, like the Warren Warriors did, make that trip to Circleville. Pretty nice.
I believe next week will be homecoming. Will it be? I believe next week might be homecoming. We should be coming up on that here.
It is that time of the year.
Season. I believe Marietta College homecoming this weekend. I saw a big tent set up down near Don Drum.
Yeah, they had a home opener that's tomorrow night.
Oh, wow.
That should be a good one, and I believe we're going to have that one on the radio for you. Actually, tomorrow night, I take that back. I believe there's going to be Ohio State football action, as it's the Battle of Ohio, as you've got the Ohio State Buckeyes hosting the Ohio Bobcats. Ohio Bobcats have a chance to really make some people scratch their heads and feel funny about themselves, even though I'd say that's a pretty slim chance of it happening. Boy, that'd be an interesting Sunday morning to wake up to, wouldn't it?
I hope that we're not waking up that way.
I probably won't. So let's talk about this game here tonight. Let's wrap some things up. Tigers unfortunately shut out.
Yeah, Tigers shut out offensively, just very stagnant. As far as stats go, much like we saw in the first half. It was a little more stagnant than even what we saw in the first half, as the Tigers in the first half had 79 total yards, 49 total yards in that second half, for a grand total of 128 total yards for this Tiger offense. Offensively, though, led by Kobe Alexander, once again, 49 yards on the ground for Kobe Alexander. Will Tornes, 32 yards. Braden Fry chipping in 22 yards total tonight, and Owen Riley, 13 yards from scrimmage offensively as well. But, man, I tell you, Sean, I know I said it earlier, I feel terrible for these kids, and specifically the seniors for this Tiger football team. As they've played just fantastic defensive football all season long, but boy, they just can't seem to move that rock.
Yep, they absolutely can't. And as we take a look out on the field, you have Coach Buddy White and his now 3-1 Mustangs, who have tripled last year's win total. Of course, his first season at the job last year ended with a 1-9 record. He came back with these kids focused on the weight room. It definitely shows, as they put up some pretty strong defensive performances here in the last couple of weeks, and are looking at a 3-1 record, and should be somewhere in the top 8 or so in that Region 17 playoff picture. Hey, join us tomorrow morning across the Sports Giant, as it's the high school football wrap-up show. Your host, Chris Swarf. I'll produce it. We'll take you around the area, talk to a number of coaches, and have ourselves a little fun on a Saturday morning, recapping the night that was, and looking forward to the day of college football that will be tomorrow. And, well, I think that's going to wrap it up for us here tonight at Claymont Stadium, as it was the Mustangs downing the Tigers 12-0. Tigers fall to 0-4 on the season. Billy Parks, we've hopefully got a win coming our way next week.
You know what? They have one coming. This defense is playing too well. They're going to figure this offense out. They'll figure out where they have to be and what guys need to be in certain positions still, and they're still playing it out, and they'll figure it out. It's not going to be. I don't think there's going to be a big goose egg by the end of the season.
I don't think so either. And For Billy Parks, I am Sean Jones. Big thanks back in the studio to Derek Jones. Big thanks here in the press box to Jack Weil, our stat man, and just a good pal. And we're going to send you home tonight with a look for next week, and we'll be back at Dondrum Stadium as Whitehall rolls in. Hopefully we can get a Tiger W. That's going to do it from Claymont tonight. I'm Sean Jones. Have a great one, everyone.
You've been listening to Marietta Tigers football on the voice of the Tigers, WMOA Marietta. This evening's broadcast in the 2025 season of Marietta Tigers football is being brought to you by the Fry Dental Group, the Mannix Allen Group, Miller Home Services, the Citizens Bank Company, McCarthy Real Estate, the Memorial Health System, Honest Fred's Flooring, Smitty's Pizza, People's Bank, and by Apex True Value Hardware. Keep it tuned to AM 1490 and FM 101.3 and our app streaming online for Tigers football all season long.